We may have to do a lot of ad-libbing to fill in the blanks on this one, I'm sure.
Good evening. Welcome to Holbrook High School for tonight's basketball game between ALA-Gilbert Eagles and the Holbrook Roadrunners. At this time, we ask that you please stand and remove your hats.
All right, good afternoon from Roadrunner, from Budenholzer Court, Munoz Gym. We're going to get started here. We're going to start with the national anthem. Against the ALA, Gilbert is visiting the Holbrook Roadrunners this afternoon. A little bit of delay here, waiting on the national anthem, the person that's going to be singing the national anthem.
Yeah, I think.
Here she comes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. There she is. To Munoz Gym, Budenholzer Court. That was Abby Carlisle that sang the national anthem, a student here at Holbrook High School. Oh, that was little Abby. See, I knew her when she was a baby, but see, I'm old. Now they're grown people now, you know.
Yeah, we want to welcome our Roadrunner fans. We have Don Tyler here joining us, the Don Tyler. So I'm Robbie Corbridge, and we'll be calling the game this evening. We have ALA-Gilbert joining us this afternoon. Lineup for the ALA-Gilbert looks like number 3, Kaylee Price. Number 12, Jackie. We're going to have all the last names. Number 21, Marlene.
Number 12.
For your Roadrunners. Number 11, Samantha Billy. Number 12, Abigail Miz.
Number 23, Terry Miz.
Number 23, Terry Miz.
Shan Foot Racer.
And number 45, Shan Foot Tracer. So, Don, we got ALA-Gilbert North coming up north, I guess, huh?
Yeah, it's quite a distance for them to come up, up the mountain. But, we always have a distinct advantage over the teams that practice and play most of their games in the valley. They come up, and we always use this psychologically with the kids. They have to deal with the elevation, you know what I mean? But sometimes that really, you and I both know that don't matter.
I don't have trouble breathing in the valley, but I guess if you're running up and down the court, that may be true. But we do welcome our ALA-Gilbert fans as well. I don't know if it's Gilbert North or if it's just ALA-Gilbert. There's a lot of ALAs.
Well, there's a lot of ALAs, ALAs. I call them Ala Gilbert, Ala Chandler. You have your Ala Phoenix. So.
And so we welcome them to the broadcast if they're listening in. They didn't make the 3-hour trip. And I want to recognize all of our Roadrunner fans here this afternoon. It's an afternoon bill, not used to afternoon games, but we have a light crowd here this afternoon. lots going on in northern Arizona, and I know the Kansas City Chiefs are on today. They got some AFC games. I see one Chiefs fan over there, so here we go. Tip goes to the Holbrook Roadrunners. Quick up the floor with the 2 points.
And right off the bat, here comes out Taylor Spencer and gets an assist right off the bat.
Hey, that Taylor Spencer is having a banner senior season. What a spark plug she is for the Holbrook Roadrunners. So ALA-Gilbert North, I believe they played already once this year, and I believe that Holbrook has handled them fairly well, but you never know. Every game you got to come ready to play. So it looks like the Roadrunners are starting out in a little bit of a zone. And Gilbert North looks like we're going to have a tie-up here.
Good jump ball on the rebound. I think this between Taylor and Spencer and number. What's up?
14,
It's going to go over on possession. I guess that possession arrow goes to ALA-Gilbert.
That's right. Yeah, it's a little hard to see the numbers. They got the black numbers on the black jersey. Hard to pick up on the numbers.
Yeah, and my eyes are higher than 65 years of age, so I had to go back to the car to get my glasses.
Yeah, remember, we're at 2,500 feet elevation. I don't know if that had anything to do with our eyesight, John. All right, so Holbrook off the mark on their second possession. ALA-Gilbert comes out, puts it up a couple times. They got a couple offensive rebounds. A nice little steal there. Coming away with it is Taylin. Taylin's going to push it up. Nice little step through. Hey, that's a nice little play right there.
Yeah, and that's another assist for Taylor Spencer right there. So she is already racking up for point. Responsibility. There's 4 points already in terms of point responsibility, and that's what you want your point guard to do.
Exactly. That makes it 4-0 for the Roadrunners with 6:22 left in the first quarter. Typical Holbrook Roadrunner pressure. Nice box out. Samantha has done a great job with boxing out. We're not a real big team, Ron, but these girls are well coached and they understand how to play fundamental basketball.
Yes, they really do, and that's just one foul. But I think what happened is as the player leaped for the rebound, she stepped underneath, and that's totally illegal.
Yeah, you gotta let them come down. So ALA-Gilbert is going to take it out once again underneath the basket. Looks like they're running a little stack on their inbounds play. Lobbing it up. I know that's a loose ball. That's going to be Samantha again. Wide open layup, but gets fouled.
And drops through.
Will it count?
Drops through.
I don't think it hit.
No, it hit the wire standard.
I don't know.
They looked at it.
We need a replay.
They looked at it, hit the wire standard. Let's see. 2 shots, nope. That means no shot. If you give them 2 shots, that means no shot. So that didn't drop.
Yeah.
But that was just perfect.
That was a close
beautiful.
one. That was right off the top of the backboard.
And she got the steal off the pass. And I call those types of passes, I hated those as a coach. Those, from Samantha Bailey. That was a neighborhood pass.
Yeah.
Where you just throw it in the neighborhood,
So she knocks down her first one. Samantha already has 3 points. 3 of the 5 are for the Roadrunners, and short on the second one, but nice Terry Ann coming up with a nice rebound, putting it back up for her 2 points. That will make it 7-0 in favor of the Roadrunners, jumping out to an early lead. Here comes Gilbert North. They're pushing the ball around the perimeter. Nice job by Terry Ann, knocks it out of bounds. It's nice to be home.
Yeah, it
we
is.
We haven't had home games this year.
Well, and the crowd is kind of showing that. So I think that these girls are going to make some noise, and pretty quick you're going to look in here, and it's going to be wall-to-wall people.
Exactly.
Because I think this Lady Roadrunner team has got I think they're much better than last year's squad.
Yeah, they're aggressive. They're playing great team basketball. Not real big. They're missing some height, but they make up for it on the aggressive end. And that's Coach Perkins has always had his girls playing real fundamental, aggressive basketball. There's Gilbert North's first 2 points of the game, and that is scored by number 12, Jackie. I'm sorry, we'll get the last names here, but we know her first name is Jackie.
We know her. All we got was first names,
So we're in a nice rebound by Samantha. Nice pass by Taylin. Into Shan, foot tracer for her first 2 points.
And another assist for Taylin right there.
Yeah, well, she got 3 already, I think. And that's what you want from a point guard. I know she's getting some looks from some community colleges.
Yeah.
What is she?
No, look at that,
team.
She's filling up the stat category tonight.
And nice lefty.
Yeah, took her time.
Taylor's and Gilbert North's going to call a timeout and maybe regroup here. Taylor's, how tall is she? Is she cracking 5 foot yet?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know how tall she is. She might be a little bit over 5 foot, but
yeah,
man, she
barely. She's I don't know if she's 5 foot.
She,
I don't think she is.
She plays like she's 6'4", though. Maybe
Well,
she's all over the place.
Yeah, well, if your heart's as big as the basketball, it doesn't make a difference.
There you go.
You know?
There you go. So it's 11-2 in favor of the Roadrunners halfway through the first quarter. It's been an aggressive play by the Roadrunners already starting this game, and it's really balanced. We got Rael Yazzie, sophomore, with 2 points. We got Samantha Billy with 3. Taylin picked up her first 2 points. Terry-Ann Nez picked up 2 points, and Shan Foottracer. Nice little balanced.
Nice balance, up and down, and that's all 5 starters right there. And you have to, even though Taylin only has 1 made basket, she has, 4 points, and 8 points in basket responsibilities with 3 assists.
Just keeping stats, sometimes that's one of the most important stats is being part of that scoring the points.
I was always one of those kinds of coaches. I would go home and agonize over stats, back when, even before Kobe played for us, we would look at stats, and I would just look, I said, the answers are in the numbers. That's the Big Bang Theory about being a coach.
Speaking of that, Taylin just picks the ball away from the offense and moves it down. Nice pass underneath to Shan. Shan back out to Taylin. Taylin over to Terry-Ann. And Miss Nez in the corner for 3. They got Abigail gets her first 3 points of the game. Abigail, number 12, a senior. She's been having an excellent year as well. Boy, these girls are deep too. They can come off the bench. They got some good young players that aren't getting the time just because some of these juniors and seniors are getting some time. But I know we've got some freshmen that are pretty tough as well.
Yeah, they're very young.
So we got number 1, I believe, 21 maybe, scored that point, Marlene. Again, I apologize, it's kind of hard to see the numbers. I think that was number 3, actually, that scored the points, Callie Price. And then we score again on the other end. Who was that?
The scorer was a Shan Footracer by an assist by Taylor Spencer again.
Nice job, Shan. Gilbert North passing the ball around. And here comes a steal. Taylor's pushing the ball up the floor, takes it all the way to the basket. No, a little bit of contact, but didn't get the foul called. And here comes Gilbert North pushing the ball up the floor. And look at this, 5 new players coming in for the Roadrunners.
Well, when you can do that, it says 1 or 2 things, and as a coach, you've thrown your hands up and say, okay, I quit. Or you said, okay, we're doing so good, we can wholesale change.
Yeah, maybe getting a little bit sloppy with the first group.
Right.
So let's try the second group. And speaking of the youth, here comes a freshman bringing the ball up the floor, moving the ball around. Number 21 is Dea Guerrero. And there's a turnover, one of the first turnovers for the Roadrunners. And Gilbert is past, ALA-Gilbert is moving the ball up the floor, and they get the bucket to close the gap. That's 16-6 in favor of the Roadrunners. Maybe a little bit of a run here against some of these younger players, but there's a second turnover.
But see, these are learning opportunities for that second squad coming in there, and I was talking with Coach Perkins before the game, and I said, how are you guys going to do against him? He said, we should fare pretty well against them. It's going to be basically a play everybody so we can get into that learning about the game, work on zone, work on your zone defense, your presses, and so forth and so on.
Yeah. And Holbrook holds a 10-point lead, and nice little bounce pass on the baseline. And that is number 20, Alyssa Yazzie, coming up with the point to stretch the lead to 12. It is now 18-6. Roadrunners once again dropping back in that zone defense. Keeping good spacing. Got them trapped on the baseline. See what happens here. Looks like it's going to be, it comes away with the steal. Good aggressive play by the Roadrunners, and they turn the ball right back over. Might be a little sloppy here for a little while until they get settled in, but there's a shot by the Gilbert North player and pushing the ball up the floor for the Roadrunners. varsity basketball experience. You suppose they have a few nerves.
Yeah, they got some nerves, and they're out early. They're earlier in the game than they've ever really anticipated. When you come in as a squad like that, usually you're trickled in one player. Most times maybe two at a time.
Exactly.
But they're in there now, and it's so unusual to them. They're like deer caught in the headlights right now. They don't understand.
They usually have 3 quarters to kind of watch the game.
Right,
Okay, what's happening now? They're put in there in the first half of the first quarter. And there's a turnover by Gilbert.
They're used to watching the flow get created. Exactly. Now they're having to create the flow. So I think it throws them off just a little bit until they get their floor knees going underneath them.
Yeah, and Coach Perkins is being patient with them. Being very, very patient.
Right.
He scouted this out and kind of came up with the game plan, and this might be a good opportunity for some of these young players to get some real varsity level experience here during this game.
Yeah, and builds confidence for the young players too, and they get to overall understand the game too. So it slows down for them just a little bit, especially in the learning phase. But then it speeds up.
Hey, you know what I like what I'm seeing out there for the Roadrunners? A lot of chatter.
Yeah,
you don't get that in high school. High school, kids are quiet. But I'm seeing some real chatter out there, and just recognize that from Shandine Ben, senior, out on the floor right now, and that's so pivotal in being a good communicator on the floor.
It does a lot of things. You could use that communication to relay information to other players, or to boost a player, or I could use communication to get inside a player's, opposing player's head, just with a couple words. I've seen it happen before with Hobart players before. When Sholo was really had a dominant team, and we had the kid called Gumby. I can't remember what his last name was. But anyway, Robert Wyman. And so the show player just ran by on the baseline, and all he said was a word to him. And that kid was no good the rest of the game. And the game hadn't even started, Rob. He was no good, and he was done after that. Yeah. And then just a word. So, chatter is good. It can be used in great means and some pretty evil ways, too.
Yeah, well, they're not trash talking out there.
No,
they're just hey, the screen's coming. Hey, nice putback there. Roadrunners are on the boards as well. That makes 2 for Noah Aberle, and that makes it 20-6 in favor of the Roadrunners after the first quarter. Looks like we got new Roadrunners. The first group's coming back in. Roadrunners very balanced in that first quarter. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players that have scored. With the leading scorer is Samantha Billy with 3 points. Actually, Shan Foottrace has 4. For the Gilbert, I don't even know what the mascot for Gilbert is.
Eagles. Eagles.
The Gilbert Eagles, they're on the board with 6 points, and so it's 20-6 at the end of the first quarter. Hey, we got our Fusion playing today. They're rocking the gym right now. Their Fusion does a wonderful job. That's such a great group of kids. Basically, the Holbrook High School rock band. They're not the band, they're the rock band.
They're the rock band. Yeah, well, they're doing it good. Kids don't get into that anymore. I was an athlete in high school, but then again, I was in the band also. I didn't have any corners on. I guess I was a well-rounded student. Kids don't do that kind of stuff anymore.
Yeah, but they're good at what they do.
These kids are good because they're dedicated to it.
Yeah, on a given night they'll rock this place. Sarah Meeks runs the Fusion band, and got some good kids there. All right, we're back to action here. Roadrunners come up with the second quarter first possession. They're moving the ball around the perimeter. Terry Ann moves it over to Taylin. Taylin back to Terry Ann up front. They got a 2-guard front here, looking to run their typical play with the little pass. She's going to get fouled. I thought maybe she was calling. Oh, she called a 3-second.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she was camped in there quite a while. As the ball was swinging on the perimeter, she was swinging from beside the key but she never broke the key.
Yeah. It took a little bit too much time out front. That was probably the guards. Too many exchanges out there. But that play does work, and it'll work again sometime this game. They throw that nice little lob over the top, and they've scored on that play for years. So here comes Taylin, passes it over to Terry Ann. Terry Ann back to Taylin.
She started to pull the trigger there.
Yeah, I thought she was, but she's a good point guard because she knows when to and when not
right.
to. So Taylin over to Terry Ann and gonna pass it over to Abigail. Nice little pass.
Oh yes.
Ball fake. Terry Ann goes up. She'll go to the line for 2 free throws.
Kind of like how Holbrook they just lull the defense. Just ball movement actually lulls the defense to sleep. People don't realize that, you know, but they get to see it go over here, then it goes back over there, then it goes over here, then it goes over there, and then the defense starts to think, where's it coming from? Where's it going to go now?
Yeah, you know
so it just and what they ended up was getting a shot in the paint.
Yeah, and the patience and fundamental basketball, they don't realize it. 5 people are not going to pay attention that long.
No, they're not.
If one person is going to fall asleep, and that's when you're going to capitalize. And our girls are doing a really good job of that. And that's not typical for our girls because they like to run up and down.
Yeah, they
get the ball up quick, but that was a good possession right there.
See, now Holbrook's in that 2-1-2 zone. So, this is the perfect opportunity to work on things that you possibly, in a zone is against, a well-shooting team or a team that's much bigger than you are, So you get to work on these things. Whoa, she drugged that.
Yep, she got a little anxious there. She didn't know for sure when to make the pass because Shan was wide open underneath the basket, but Taylin makes, I think, her first turnover of the game. But
yeah, it is.
You're exactly right. They're working on some things down the road. Today's not about ALA and the competition level and making sure that there's a competitive game here.
Yeah, this is about things you're going to do next week, next month.
Exactly.
Especially as the season winds down and you face some tougher competition.
Exactly. That's not to say ALA is not going to come back and give us a game, but we know our Roadrunners, and I'm guessing they're going to do okay. Terry Ann going back to the line. You'd like to see these Lady Roadrunners knock them down from the line. Right now they're only shooting 50%. They're 2 of 4. But Terry Ann will be able to close that percentage a little bit, get to a higher percentage on this possession. A little delay on getting the ball there, but we got our 3-man crew, BJ and BJ Little. Nice to see him out here refereeing.
Yeah, nice to see BJ. BJ's starting. He's thinking about getting ready to hang it. It's getting a little hard as you start to age. All that up and down. I mean, he's in great shape. You can look at him and tell that. But like he says, when I go home, my body yells at me, "What are you doing?"
Don, I get tired walking up these steps.
Yeah, you should see me. I'm just hoping I don't fall when I come up them.
All right, so we're a little off the mark there by Abigail.
Oh, that was smart.
And throws it off her leg, and that will retain Roadrunner possession.
See, that's basketball just smarts right there, because if you hear footsteps behind you, most likely it's never one of your players on your team. Yeah. It's the opposing player, and all she did was threw the ball back at what she heard and went right off her leg. So they get it underneath.
Roadrunner's probably going to kick it out to Terry Ann in the corner. Nope, Shan's going to take it off the glass and puts it in. Shan foot tracer with 6 points in the game. Nice to see Shan. I watched her last year quite a bit. You can see she was slowly progressing in her progress as a basketball player. So it's nice to see her. She's really the presence in the middle right now.
Yeah, she is. And she's smart too. She's communicating. You can hear her.
Yeah. Well, Perkins requires this. I mean, you can watch it in his practice. You can watch it in summer. These girls are well trained. So. Hey, how about Taylin? Stop, drop, and pop Taylin.
I would have taken that one, too.
There you go.
Because the defense ran away from her, and then she just taught them a lesson. Do not run away from me when I have the ball.
She was very confident. And as a senior, you have the right to do that.
You
right?
have, yes.
You put in your time. You can do that, and Coach Perkins most likely, even if they miss it, is not going to take them out of the game. So, and here comes Roadrunners with another steal. Taylin's going to penetrate the middle, kicks it. Terry Ann was just a little bit off a pace there. We're going to have some substituting coming in the game is Dea Guerrero, once again a freshman coming in. And number 42, I think, is a sophomore, and that's Noea?
Norea
Aberle?
Nohea
Aberle. So her sister played extensively here last year and now is playing at Pima Community College. Matea Aberle. And so hopefully she can. What's that? Matea Aberly. She's playing at Pima College, and she's doing really well down there from what I understand. So, this girls program has really built into a feeder program for our junior colleges. And, you got Madison Chapel that's at Park University. And these girls have opportunities to go on and get an education because of the basketball time and energy and effort that they
any interscholastic sport provides them with that opportunity. I have a granddaughter who plays, she's a scholarship athlete at the University of Ottawa in Arizona.
Yeah.
And so there's plenty of opportunities for kids that don't go to D1. Not everybody's a D1 player. You understand that. Not every coach is a D1 coach. Exactly. You understand that. So some of these kids can find opportunity for the education. And that's what I try to get kids to understand. If you love to play this game, you play it well, you're serious about your future, you work hard in the classroom, there are opportunities out there for you. So go for those opportunities.
And this becomes, basketball and high school sports become so embedded in what they do. They spend so much time on it. So it's nice that they're able to go to the next level and keep that love of the game and the sport alive. So here we go with Gilbert North coming up with the first possession out of the timeout. We got 4:38 left. Roadrunners in control, 27-6. Keeping that zone pressure on. Running a lot of substitutes, but they're pushing the ball on offense. They're not slowing down. Nice little pass by Dea off the foot of, I'm probably not ever going to say this right, but Noea.
Nohea.
Aberly. I need to emphasize the he there. All right, so there was a turnover, rare turnover by the Roadrunners, but when you push the ball like the Roadrunners do, there's going to be some turnovers. Coach Perkins realizes that.
Yeah.
I think he takes that, hey, we'll make some turnovers for the effort that we want our girls to play hard. Moving here from Kansas 20 years ago, I watched a lot of basketball.
Yes.
And when I moved to Holbrook and watched our girls play, I had never seen girls basketball that way.
Really?
I really had not even seen boys basketball. Just the up and down, the aggressiveness, and it's really fun to watch.
Yeah.
These Roadrunner girls play, I don't know, they probably play 40, 50 games during the summer. And they know how to play. They just know how to play, and they work really, really hard.
And they understand tempo and all these other things. It's really good, to watch how they play up here because they play a different style of basketball.
Yeah, exactly. And I think Gilbert is seeing a little bit of that today. I think it's even different than the Valley. I think North basketball is very unique because they're so passionate about the game, and they're it's really an honor to put that jersey on and be out on the floor for the Roadrunners.
Right.
So they work hard for it. All right, so Gilbert North makes a pass across court, but it goes out of bounds. That'll turn it over to the Roadrunners. They're up 27-6 with 3:32 left in the second quarter.
Now, see, that's what I call a neighborhood pass. She just threw it across court to anyone, and so
nobody was home.
Nobody home.
All right, so Roadrunners coming up. They're going to move it over to Dea over to Taylin into Terry-Ann. Terry-Ann, nice pass into Nohea. Nohea off the mark. Again, she's a sophomore. She's learning.
She's learning.
This is a good experience for her. And there's a lot of, there's a lot of physicality in that.
And there's a lot you need to learn. What she didn't do right there, when she got the ball underneath the rim and she stepped toward the baseline, it puts you further underneath the rim. Exactly. Once she needs to understand where you get the ball on the floor and then how you can use that position.
Another turnover by Gilbert. Gilbert pushing the ball up the floor. Dea, nice bounce pass. There she is. Nice basket. There you go. Get rewarded for running the floor. That's what you want your bigs to do. Run that floor. And she comes up with an easy 2. That makes 4 points for Nohea.
If you're in high school ball, especially in northern Arizona, because we don't have, these huge post players. But if you learn to run the floor as a post player, you can average 12 points a game just by running the floor.
Exactly.
Not out of a set offense, not out of free throws and being fouled, just by running the floor.
Boys or girls,
Yeah, whoever.
High school, any high school player. If you can get your bigs to run the floor, that's a bonus. And kids don't realize that. If you want to, we got a malfunction with the clock up here.
Yeah, again.
Again, we've had trouble with that. I'll have to talk to the superintendent about that.
Yeah, I think you know that guy, don't you?
Yeah, I'm going to find him after the game.
Here we're back now.
All right. Okay. So here comes the Roadrunners. Looks like we've got, okay, Abigail Nails will bring the ball up the floor. We're going to push it back around to Samantha. There's that pass
yes.
That's that pass we were looking for earlier.
See, that's what we were talking about. That's what you said. You can't get 5 people to pay attention for 30 seconds.
Exactly.
And see, and that, what happened is somebody on the baseline fell asleep.
One person gets a back pick, and then they fall asleep. So we only got 1 clock going here, but we're still live. We got a transition basketball. Nice job up to number 3 is Shandine Ben for 2. That makes it 33-6. Boy, they're scoring points. It's hard for me to even keep up with the score.
Yeah, it is hard. But you know, I think they've gotten everybody in the book. I think Dea Guerrero is the only one that's not in the book right now.
The only one that has not scored, but she's made some nice passes.
Yes.
Okay, Gilbert North is going to ALA-Gilbert. I need to find out at halftime if they are Gilbert North, but they're going to substitute some new players in. Hey, these girls are working hard from Gilbert, ALA-Gilbert. They're not quitting. They're still playing aggressive defense. They're just a little bit outmatched today by the aggressive Roadrunners, but you know, hopefully they can put some time in over the season and get better each game as well.
And you know how it is with any sport, really. When you play, at home, you're a touchdown ahead favorite. You know, you're 10 points in basketball at home favorite. You know, because you should win. And then so some of those things work out against you if you're a traveling team like Gilbert ALA.
Yeah.
You know, you come up here and now this team that you're facing at home realizes that they're a 10-point favorite.
Yeah.
And now they're going to play like they're a 20-point favorite.
Exactly.
You know, and that doesn't leave you having a very good day.
All right, we're 33-6 here at Munoz Gym. Roadrunners are ahead. We got about a minute left in the second quarter, heading into halftime. Roadrunners stay in that zone, causing some real havoc for ALA-Gilbert. Shot goes up, Roadrunners rebound. We got 53.9 seconds left. Roadrunners, I'll see if they take advantage of this last possession.
They're going to get the last shot. Ooh, or 3.
Go ahead and put it up for 3. Samantha puts it up for 3. That makes it 36-6. Roadrunners are ahead by 30 going into halftime. We got the last possession here by the ALA-Gilbert. I don't know if these there's a point for number
20, I guess that is.
Clara. That makes it 36-8, and Roadrunners turn the ball over. Pushing the ball up the floor. There's another basket for number 4, Hannah. And that'll end the first half. Actually, ALA-Gilbert makes a 4-0 run right before half. Not nearly enough to close the gap, though. 36-10 in favor of the Roadrunners. We will take a short break here, tally up the stats, and come right back. Okay, we are back here at Munoz Gym, Budenholzer Court, and we're getting with 3 minutes left before we start the second half between the Lady Roadrunners and the Lady Eagles from ALA-Gilbert North. Look like it's 36-10 going into the second half, and Roadrunners very balanced scoring. Like Coach said, everybody but Dea Guerrero has scored so far. We got Shandine Ben with 2, Rael Yazzie with 2, Samantha Billy with 6, Abigail Nails with 3, Taylin Spencer with 5, Alyssa Yazzie has a free throw, and Terry Ann Nez with 4, Noea Aberley is with 4, scored 4, and Shan Foot Tracer is leading with 8. On ALA Gilbert North side, they have Callie Price with 2, Hannah with 2, Jackie with 2, and Clara with 2, as well as Marlene. So they have a little balanced scoring, just not quite as much as the Holbrook Roadrunners in the first half.
Yeah, they've got balanced scoring, but they just ran into a buzzsaw. These Holbrook girls they're well coached. They're coming off of that tournament in Round Valley, in which they took that tournament, you know, and I don't know what the competition was like for them up there, but I would assume that they faced some pretty decent competition because, they had some close scores and a couple games were kind of close, So, but I think the Holbrook girls, they don't really know how really good they are.
Yeah.
From when I first saw them, I looked at them and they had that in your jersey defense, and they were playing a more quality opponent back then. I think it was Ganado, and it was the first home game with Ganado. And they just turned it up on people, and I thought these guys can actually control their own destiny. Yeah, the girls, they did. They took the Round Valley tournament, and I think that is the first place that they did play the ALA Gilbert North girls was at the Round Valley tournament, I believe. And so they have seen these ladies Eagles from ALA Gilbert North prior, but they've turned it up even since then. They had a nice win, 3-point. Actually, I think it was a 1-point win. A buzzer beater against Round Valley on Thursday night. Yeah, Thursday night. They had a rare Thursday night game. So, hey, a lot of basketball left to play in January. January and February is going to be packed with basketball because they've had to postpone some games. I know we got the Chinley, who are they? Chinley Wildcats coming on the here 12th. On the 12th. Yeah, that'll be a big game for us. This gym will be packed. And just a reminder for Roadrunner fans, we are selling tickets online at GoFan, but the Chinley game is not. We pre-sold that. That was a game that was supposed to be scheduled before Christmas break, and because of illness, we had to move that to January. So the Chinley game will not be. We pre-sold tickets, and there will be selling some additional tickets next week. However, any other regular season game, you can go to the app GoFan, and you can purchase your tickets well ahead of time online. All right, Holbrook Roadrunners come out with the start of the second half, run that typical play, and that was a nice job by, was it Abigail that scored that point? That was Shan Foot Racer. Shan Foot Racer, for her first 2 points of the half. And Terry Ann with a nice assist. They run that play over and over and over again, and they probably score about 80% of the time on it. Well, last time they tried to run it, they were running against a man-to-man defense, and then ALA Gilbert comes out and they go into the zone. Now it's perfect to run that because you get that baseline guy sneaking back there, nobody looking at him. Hey, did you see Tay Lynn right there? Yes. Wide open. Yeah. Wide open, could have shot it. Unselfish Tay Lynn throws it into Shan. Shan turns around, makes an easy basket for 2. Gilbert North with the shot. Shan comes up with the rebound over to Tay Lynn. Tay Lynn pushing the ball down the floor. She sees Abigail on her left side, but Tay Lynn's going to take it all the way in. And the Gilbert North girls get a piece of it. They're going to push the ball a little bit up the floor. And I think she traveled. Yeah, you could just tell that the Gilbert North girls just need a little bit more time on the floor. Just a little bit more time on the floor. Good, knowing the game and being an athlete, that will tell you I don't have that shot, so I continue my dribble and circle out. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they just, they might be young. They're going to do a little zone blitz here. I used to run that as a coach. Yeah. Two front guards blitz, and everybody else takes the next pass away. That's kind of fun defense. I'll tell you what, those 2 girls up front, are they twins? I may be a little late to the game here, but I think they are twins. Yeah. Well, you just showed me my age. I didn't even notice. I didn't either.
I think they are. I didn't realize that until they both blitz, and I was like, hey, they look a lot.
Yeah.
Two girls blitzing, they're both twins. I believe they're twins.
They're twins.
Okay, so the Roadrunners, nice little bounce pass. Another bounce pass to Terry Ann. Terry Ann up with her left. Nice fundamental left, but she's got to be strong enough to get it up there and score.
It'll be Gilbert ball.
Okay, Gilbert North will take over on the change of possessions. And so that'll be a turnover for the Roadrunners. They did two nice passes, just couldn't get it in the basket. Here comes Gilbert North. They're going to attack that zone, dribble penetration. Boy, Roadrunners are aggressive around the ball, so there they go. They get their hands on the ball. That's got to be frustrating.
Yeah, that's frustrating. When you try to get out of there, it's like you're trapped in. It's like, like flypaper.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't get rid of them.
Exactly. They just keep coming. Yeah, and there's 5 of them. It's not like it's 1 or 2. There's all 5 of them that are just swarming the ball all the time.
Yeah, we have a foul called on the Gilbert player, number 21. I don't know her name is number 21. Is that one of the Callies, I guess?
Yeah.
They have
Marlene,
2 Callies.
Marlene. I think I had her down for Marlene. But
okay.
All right, so pass over to Taylin. Taylin up for 3, no good. Gilbert North comes away, but there's Taylin.
With that defense.
Once again, just finds the ball, passes it over to Samantha. Samantha back around to Terry Ann. Terry Ann over to Taylin. Taylin's squaring up, getting ready to run that offense. Looks like they're going to attack the high post to low post to Shan. Kicks it back out. Nothing there. Good defense by Gilbert North. Elbow jumper by Abigail. Nothing going for Abigail right now, but Gilbert North, nice job pushing the ball down the floor and up with the basket. Oh, it rattles around.
It drops.
Sister to sister there. That was number 3, Callie. She's got 4 points now. That'll be the first 2 points for Gilbert North of the half. Abigail up for 3 off the mark, but there is Terry Ann for the rebound.
Well, the Roadrunners seem like they're hitting the basket, but they're taking these shots, and they're in a zone. I'd like to see us take a couple shots out of a zone, but pump fake a little bit. Let's get the ball into the paint and take that soft jumper.
Yeah, when you're up 28 points, it's tough. And this is a good lesson for, maybe that's what Coach Perkins is thinking right now, calling the timeout. Hey, let's get focused. Let's not lose our focus. They have missed. They missed 2 or 3 really easy baskets.
Really easy baskets, and it's because all of a sudden you want to score, and you're getting away from what you should actually be out there doing.
Yeah, it is 40-12 with 4:07 left. Roadrunners, they've done a nice job coming out of halftime, but it's kind of sloppy basketball coming right out of halftime. I'm sure Coach Perkins is going to tell them, hey, we still got to be a fundamental basketball team. We still got to play hard. Even though the scores, the difference in the score, they still got to play Holbrook Roadrunner basketball.
Well, you don't want them getting that attitude to where they lose focus, even in a game where you're up 40-12, because losing focus, people at home would probably say, oh, well, the game is boring to them. No, you don't want them to lose focus, because they'll lose focus in a close game, just like they can in a game that's, with a wider margin in between the lead.
Oh, there's a nice little pass out there. Run that corner inbounds.
Followed her
shot. Back up. And there's Nohia off the mark. Again, Roadrunners right around the basket. They're just missing that. They don't need to get into that pattern. But here comes Gilbert North down 40-12. They're going to set up against that 2-3 zone defense against the Roadrunners. Nice perimeter passing there, swinging around the perimeter. Right back to number 21, I believe, and ball out of bounds, and Gilbert Eagles will maintain possession. They're going to run a little stack inbounds play. Probably pop a girl to the corner.
There we go.
There it is, and the inbounder comes in. Right back to her. And once again, the defense is tough for the Roadrunners, and that's Alyssa Yazzie that's doing a nice job defensively for the Roadrunners.
They're just swatting at everything. I call that the King Kong defense. Where you're on the Empire State Building, you're just swatting at anything. Because you're going to hit something invariably,
There you go. Yeah, hands and feet in basketball. You got to keep your hands and feet moving. Hopefully your hands don't move too fast so you get too many fouls. You don't foul with your feet very often, but your
feet get you in foul trouble because they don't get you in position.
Exactly. You got to move your feet. So a little turnover there, and back to the Roadrunners. Roadrunners with a high post pass to the corner. Swings it around and back into Nohia. Nohia kicks it back out to number 20, Alyssa Yazzie. Alyssa Yazzie over to Dea. Dea kicks it back over to Shandine Ben, who puts the ball up off the mark. Once again, Roadrunners struggling to put the ball in the hole. We'll have a jump ball.
Right.
And that will be the possession of Gilbert North. Good defensive possession by Gilbert.
Yeah, that was good. And they got several. Hooper got several looks, but then couldn't convert on any of them.
Yeah, you wonder, Don, how much of basketball is good defense versus lack of focus on offense. You know, is Gilbert North stepping up their defensive pressure this half? I don't know.
Well, if we're working with numbers and analytics, it's all in the same formula.
Oh my goodness! Did you see that?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, with a very nice pass. No, that's a freshman going to a sophomore.
Yes.
And that's Noia.
And she got that through traffic.
Yes, she did. And, you know, we mentioned Dea hasn't scored yet, but she's doing things like that out on the floor that is making her a valuable asset as a freshman. So, in reality, she went from a 7th grader to last year really not getting any basketball because of her 8th grade year to now she's a freshman playing.
So, technically, this is her 2nd year playing organized basketball.
In a school setting, exactly. But she plays a lot of summer basketball. A lot of these girls do. They put their time in summer basketball. Now she's going to get that opportunity and in and out.
She's the only one not in the book yet.
Oh, she was halfway there.
Somebody came down hard over here.
Somebody is down for the Roadrunners.
I hate to hear that. That sounds more like an elbow hitting the floor.
Yeah. I believe that is Shandine Ben, but I don't have a number on it right now. It is 42-12 in favor of the Roadrunners. We had a little collision there, and Coach Perkins is over checking on the player.
I think that's foot racer, is it?
Is it Shan foot racers? It might be. I don't know. I didn't have Shan foot racer in at that time, but I may be wrong. I thought it was.
No, that's not Shan foot racer. I see her on the bench.
I thought it was Shandine
right
Ben.
Here, 45.
Yeah, I think it was Shandine Ben. She's sitting up. I don't know if she hit her head or if she hit her elbow or she's kind of grabbing her head. Boy, concussions and head injuries are just such a dangerous thing anymore. We want to make sure that we're doing things right. I know there's protocols that they have to, go get checked out, and there's a procedure for when they can come practice again, and the safety protocols that Arizona Interscholastic Association has put in place has really helped keep these kids healthy.
Yeah, it's not like when I was in high school,
yeah.
and I got knocked out, and all I got were some ammonia caps underneath the nose.
Yeah.
You know, and then after like 10 or 15 minutes, are you ready to go again?
Yeah.
You know. So.
Yeah, I distinctly remember a game where I know I had a concussion, and I played the whole second half, and they were throwing the ball, and it just hurt to catch the ball. I told my teammates, I said, guys, quit throwing the ball so hard. And they're like, we're not throwing it any harder than we're doing. But, you get back in there. You
get back in there.
You ride home with your parents, that kind of stuff. But I'm glad that they do take care of their kids.
Yeah, she banged her head a
Shandine,
little bit.
yeah, they're checking her out. She's smiling. She looks like she's going to be okay.
I think Coach Perkins told her there's nothing in there to be harmed anyway. So.
All right, so Gilbert North takes over, and it is the Gilbert North Eagles. I looked that up just to make sure. And they have a little tie-up, but they have a foul, and good sportsmanship there. That number, man, those numbers are really hard to see with the black-on-black jerseys, but
number, I can't. 14.
14,
14.
Number 14, Callie. She was really concerned about fouling that other girl, and I wanted to reach out to her, but that's good sportsmanship. I like to see that. And here, nice little jump. She jumped that pass and bringing the ball down the floor. Nice play. Goes down
she's
hard.
Into the pad.
And
she's tough kid.
Some nice sportsmanship there by number 4, Hannah. Hannah goes down hard. She She had a really nice jump that pass, picked
Yeah,
it off,
yes.
did a little crossover coming down, took the ball to the basket, a little aggressive play going to the basket, got fouled hard. She's going to have 2 shots when we get back here after the timeout.
And what she did was she was watching how they would go to that first pass, kick that first pass to the post. First they hit it to the high post coming in. High post kicks it back to the guard. The guard looks over at the wing. But what you have to do when you make a pass, guys, listen out here, is your head leads the ball. So you look first, then you throw it. What she did was she came up and she just threw the ball. Just threw the ball, and then there goes the ball down the floor. So your head leads the ball all the time. Turn your head first.
Exactly, yeah. Good fundamental basketball. Coach is always coaching over here. He's always coaching.
My wife hates me coaching her because she doesn't even play organized basketball. You know, I don't have any kids at the house. She's like, why are you always telling me this stuff? I said, if someone ever stops you on the street and asks you how to read a defense, tell them find the safeties.
Hey, you can never be over-prepared in
this
world today,
No,
right?
you can't.
Well, the Roadrunners are up 42-12 with 1:23 left. We'll remind our audience here as well that 30-point lead in the fourth quarter, there's going to be a continuous clock, and so most likely that will occur. So it'll be a pretty fast fourth quarter. But in the meantime, we have Callie Price stepping to the line for 2 shots. Got fouled on that nice little layup, but didn't go. Callie steps to the line. And up with nice
form.
Yep, very good form. Callie's going to get the second shot. This will be, actually, if she makes this is 100% free throw shooting for the Gilbert Eagles. Off the mark, maybe jinxed her. That's how it works.
But she showed good form.
Yeah, she
did. That's good form. You know, when you shoot a free throw, it's like a dance. It's got to be the same thing every time.
Exactly. All right, so the Roadrunners take over with 1:11 left. They're going to skip it across court. Swinging it around on that zone. They tries the entry pass, but Gilbert North, once again, you got to give them credit. Their defense is aggressive in that zone. They do a really nice job defensively. They just can't keep up with the pace of the Roadrunners.
No, and the Roadrunners can send more players at them too. You know, so the Roadrunners actually have most of their starters actually are on the bench right now. All the girls that started the game.
So the Roadrunners will throw it in underneath the basket. Nice little pass once again from Dea to Noia. And, you look down the bench of the ALA-Gilbert North, and I see a couple girls. I don't know if they've had some illness on their team or if they're just low on numbers. I'm not exactly sure, but that does make a difference when you're running against the Roadrunners.
Yeah, it does make a difference.
You need a squad of about 20.
Yeah, you got to have some people.
Yeah. So Noea will be stepping to the line for her first free throw.
See, I looked at her shot. No, she's getting no backward rotation on that shot. She's shooting what I call a knuckleball. That rotation actually helps you bite the rim, you know, gives you kisses off the glass. Yeah, that's got a little better rotation.
Yeah, called touch, right?
Touch.
Yeah, touch. You know, the Roadrunners haven't shot the ball. If we're looking for a point of improvement, the Roadrunners really haven't shot the ball that great from the free throw line. So maybe Coach Perkins will look at that statistic and say, hey, we got to get better down the road, because this is about getting better down the road right now.
And you've got to hit those charity points.
Yeah. It's the difference between championships, really. I mean, advancing down that in the postseason, and that's what they got to start looking for is, hey, postseason's going to be here end of the month.
Yes, so, quick.
So we got a turnover there by the Roadrunners, and first action for number 10, which is that's not true. We have Rael Yazzie, sophomore. She has been in already. She's actually got 2 points for the Roadrunners. In the mental game right now by the Roadrunners, you know, you're up, dang near 30 points.
5.
Yeah, five seconds there. 30 points, and you know you got that compassion that you don't want to just go too far into the aggressive play, but yet you got to stay aggressive. It's a tough thing. It's a tough thing to play in.
Well, that's why you stick with this group of kids. Okay, she's getting in the book.
Oh! Man, we should put her down for at least 2 points, because both those shots have gone halfway down and back out.
She got robbed twice on that shot.
No, she has. And that's the second time. We've both been spot on. But, you know, you talked about touch earlier. I don't know. Sometimes
that
she's going to
rotation.
take it to the basket. Nice.
Yeah, she
left.
got it. There she goes.
Hey,
and right at the buzzer.
Right at the buzzer to make it 45-15 going into the fourth quarter. I don't know if you noticed, Don. She drove with her left, and she finished at the basket with her left as a freshman.
Right, as a freshman.
As a freshman.
And that's not having an organized play. That's just intelligence.
Yeah, you've got skills.
You know, she's going to come. She'll have the skill of this lady sitting next to us, Jessica.
Yeah.
Jessica could play. I mean, she was smart, and you could tell that she was smarter than other players. You know? So when you're young and you get that experience, you're already showing yourself as like the cream of the crop.
Exactly.
You know, now if you can couple that with like intelligent play, then that'll set you out that'll put you on a different level. You know, in terms of a basketball player, just understanding the game.
Exactly.
So she's learning. You know, she's still in there, and she got in the books.
Yeah, there you go. Everybody scored now.
Yeah.
So.
Well, she was just laughing, walking back to the bench. She did her finger like that at a circle. You know,
yeah.
She goes, every shot I shot went like that.
She knows that. It goes around the rim 3 times before it pops out. So, well, the Roadrunners will be up 30 points going in the fourth quarter. I believe that'll keep the continuous clock. So this quarter will go fairly quick for the Roadrunners. I'm sure Coach Perkins will keep a balance of bench and starters in. We do want to give a real shout out to Jessica Paz and our camera crew. This whole production is ran by students, and Mike Burks, under the direction of Mike Burks at Holbrook High School. It's just, you know, we started this a year ago, and we thank Don Tyler for helping with the broadcasting. He knows the game. He understands basketball. He understands all sports, and we appreciate you, Don.
Well, thank you.
You're helping out with this.
Thank you. I'm a little too old to get out there and be coaching anymore. You know? But I still have a lot to offer. You know, I
exactly.
ask my wife. I'm always questioning her. Do you know why they do this? You know.
Yeah, well, you stay connected. You know the game.
Yeah.
And it's nice that we're able to produce these games. I think they told us at halftime that we've had about 175 people watching at one point. We've got about 30 regular. Hayden Kinlachini gave a shout out on there to
one of my
you,
old
Coach.
players. Yes.
Yeah. So Hayden, nice to have you watching. We also had a comment that somebody from New Mexico was watching today. So we're just happy we can send this out as a broadcast and be able to hopefully ALA-Gilbert North fans are able to watch their players as they go on the road, and so we'll keep these broadcasts going as much as we possibly can.
Well, I think that just the Facebook setup of high school sports is really great. I mean, it opens up a whole new avenue of things that you can do. And kids can be showcased because we live out here in the sticks.
Yeah.
You don't get showcased that much.
Exactly.
So this is an opportunity for people that wouldn't normally come across the path that some of these young athletes. They could see these kids.
Yeah, I broadcast some games last year, and halftime. If I wasn't doing this, I was at home watching the game, and halftime you get to go walk to your refrigerator. You get to pick out whatever beverage you want. You go back, and you sit in the recliner, and it's right there on your smart TV. I mean, this is great.
Yeah, that's what I told my wife. I said, this is really neat. This is what I live to be an old man for.
Yeah, exactly. You go right from your chair to get in bed. It's a wonderful thing, and plus you get to watch these high school kids compete. And they're playing hard, and they need a good audience. So
yeah, they do.
Well, we do have the clock running 45-15. That'll put looks like Gilbert North is going to be at the line. Number 14, Hannah is, no, I'm sorry, 14 is Callie. She's going to step to the line. We do have a continuous clock with 5:33 left. So once again, it's going to go fairly quick. We have a nice little Roadrunner crowd here this afternoon. So it's nice to see the Roadrunners coming out. And Callie steps up and hits the first of the free throws.
I think Coach Perkins is going to trickle back in his second line players just a little because he's got a few starters still out there. Taylor Spencer's still on the floor.
That'll make it 17 points for the Eagles of Gilbert North, 45-17. Again, once we cross that threshold of 30 points in the fourth quarter, it will continue whether it goes below 30 points or not. So Holbrook Roadrunners going to pass the ball around the perimeter. keep moving the basketball. Good spacing for the Roadrunners. And Coach Perkins wants to call a timeout to maybe talk about this is where a coach can say, teaches younger players. They don't get a lot of one-on-one attention or even small group attention when you're coaching your regular starters. This is a good time for a head coach to really coach up some of these players that they don't get to see the floor as often.
Well, that's what it's all about anyway. Even if you're not on the floor, some of these girls that didn't step up in that timeout to hear what Coach Perkins said, it would actually be beneficial for them even though he's not talking to you, it's beneficial for you to get up there and find out what's being said.
Exactly, and so the Roadrunners will maintain possession going into with 4:34 left in the fourth quarter. Taylin's going to bring it out and moves it over to Noia. Noia over, they're going to run that. Oh, nice pass to the inside. And there's that Shan foot tracer that picks up her. She's now has 14 points, Shan foot tracer does. She's the team's leading scorer for this game. Look at Taylin up. She didn't quite cross the full half court.
Oof, almost a steal there.
So off the hands of the Roadrunners, and that'll give Gilbert North the ball underneath. They're going to call a timeout to maybe set up an inbounds play with 3:56 left. 47-17 in favor of the Roadrunners. Well, I think we've had a few more fans show up here. We have the boys bill coming up right after this, and that should be a heck of a game. From what I understand, they went into either it was a close game or maybe even overtime in the preseason tournament, Thanksgiving tournament down at in Phoenix area.
Okay.
So yeah, so this will be a great basketball game coming up against a very, very competitive but young Holbrook Roadrunner team.
Yeah, they're relatively young. I think they have 4 seniors on their squad,
something of that nature. Yeah, most of their players are juniors and sophomores. So with some good senior leadership filtered in, so it should be a heck of a game right after the Lady Roadrunners wrap this up. Gilbert North gets the ball in at a perimeter shot. I think we got a travel. She went up and didn't. She was underneath the basket and couldn't get the pass off or the shot, and came back down with it and traveled. So here the Holbrook Roadrunners will have the ball as they bring the ball down to their half of the court with 3:20 left. Taylin is bringing the ball down the floor, passes it over to Terry Ann. Terry Ann looks to the high post, nothing there. Gilbert North keeping up some good defensive pressure. Over to Taylin. Taylin looks to skip pass over to Terry Ann, Samantha. Samantha for 3.
Nice.
Samantha, they haven't really needed a bunch of threes. Most of their points are 2s tonight, but they have connected on a couple 3s. And that makes 5 points for Samantha. And we got an offensive foul. There's Taylin continuing to be the best to the defense.
Yeah, well, she's not going to quit playing.
No.
She goes, maybe I'm not going to score because that would put things way out of hand, but nothing says I can't play hard defense.
Exactly. So, yeah, they subbed all their starters out, and we will finish this game out. I guess they have Terry Ann still in there, and I think they have Samantha. So he's kind of, and Abigail, he's blending some of those players in. Nice rebound. That was number 20, Alyssa Yazzie, with a nice offensive rebound and putback. That makes it 52-17 in favor of the Roadrunners with 2:08 left. And I think there is a foul on the Roadrunners. That makes that 5 team fouls. That'll give Gilbert North the basketball underneath the basket. It's been a pretty clean game overall. I don't think we've even hit the 1-on-1, the bonus.
No, we haven't. The whole entire game, not first half or second.
Roadrunners bringing the ball up the floor, passes it over to Dea in the corner, and that's 3 for 3.
Whoa, it's another one.
Did she get it back though? I think it was Dea that got it back and put it in. Maybe I might not be.
Well, she got a little rebound and laid it back up there.
All right. Boy, she could really have about 11, 12 points if those shots would have went down.
Yeah.
So here comes Gilbert North with a little over a minute left, and Roadrunners continuing their pesky defense. Gets a steal by Samantha, and
Timeout.
we got a timeout by the Roadrunners. 30-second timeout with exactly 1 minute left. The Roadrunners up 54-17. Boy, Paul Hancock and B.J. Little they've refereed for many years.
Many years. Brian Lang over there, I know him well too. You know, these guys have been doing it for a long time.
I'll tell you what, that's a solid crew right there.
That's a good crew.
Yeah, if you're going to have a basketball game, those are three guys that you probably
that's a good crew right there. Yeah. Even though they're a good crew, you know, most coaches are still we're going to rake you just a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when the game started really getting out of hand, I think it was out of bounds off of Gilbert North, and BJ gave the ball to Gilbert North going down the other way, and Paul looked at Coach Perkins, and they both laughed, and I know what that laugh was all about. You know.
Oh, there's a nice steal by Gilbert North, puts it up, short on the layup, passes it out, a little dribble penetration there. And Roadrunners take the ball away from the Gilbert North Eagles. And
the other way.
Again, Gilbert North playing hard to the end, aren't they?
They're going to play hard.
They are not stopping. I'm not exactly sure why the clock is stopping. I think it might stop under a minute still. So.
And you know, a lot of difference in between some of the squads that you get from the Valley. There's a lot going on with the kids. And if they're not together, like, you know, I know Greg has kept his girls together. You know, during the summertime they play, they get together, you stay involved.
Yeah.
Either you're doing, you know, you're playing tournaments throughout the summer, or we used to have a league a few years ago before COVID, you know, hit us, and you know, so they're doing those things. I don't know about these other girls. If they would just institute that into their programs, they would find it would move them up a level in terms of their being, you know, their ability to play the game, their knowledge of the game.
You know, and just last night I was watching on ESPN. They have their own high school league, showcase type league, where these kids are going to Division I schools, NBA, you know, that kind of stuff. And you know, I think that's okay. However, and because I think it gives some of these kids opportunity to play as well. So you know, you're not taking away from some of these opportunities of these kids that love to play the sport but maybe aren't at the talent level, but yet there's still that opportunity that if you're really good and you potentially got a future, go play in that league. So so that was Abigail Nail with her first 2 points of the half, and that makes it 56-17. So high school sports have just gotten so incredibly good in some arenas that it's just amazing how athletic the kids are, and it's because they play all the time. They specialize in
they're playing.
And they're in the weight room, and it becomes, they start when they're kindergarten and they go all the way through.
Oh yeah, you know, that's a big difference. You know, and kids today aren't like the type of kid I was. We were always playing some type of sport.
Yeah.
You know, and Coach Johnson and I were talking about this the other day. There was a point in time, you know, where you drive around Holbrook, you see kids at the basketball court or playing baseball or this and that. You don't see those types of things anymore.
Exactly.
You know, but the desire and the competition has always still been there.
Well, they have so many organized sports.
Right.
So many organized sports. So, well, that ends it 56-17 in favor of the Roadrunners. You know, not a great game by a scoreboard, but I think that both teams played really well and played hard, and I think played to their potential. It was a good builder for the Roadrunners, and hopefully for ALA-Gilbert. I hope that they, make themselves better from the game like this as well. To finish out the game, looks like Shandine Ben finishes with 5 points. Rael Yazi with 2. Samantha Billy had 6 points all in the first. Samantha Billy had 6 all in the first half. Abigail Nez finished with 5 points. Kaylin with 5 points, but as you mentioned, was very impactful. Alyssa Yazi ended up with 3 points. Dea Guerrero did end up with 4 points in the second half. Terry Ann had 4 points. And Nohea ended up with 7 points as a sophomore, and Shin Foot Tracer led all scorers with 14. And in the second half, Gilbert North ended up scoring, I believe, 4 total points in the second half, and that concludes the game between the Holbrook Roadrunners and the Gilbert North Eagles. Don, any final words, any final thoughts before we sign off before the boys spill?
Well, I can't wait to see the Lady Roadrunners get deep into their conference season. I think it's gonna be rocking in here. I'm sure. All you folks out at home, come and support the Roadrunners, either on Facebook or come and sit in the gym and support them.
I think well said, and I think Holbrook is in the. You talk about programs, either they rebuild or they reload. And, Roadrunners right now under Coach Perkins is reloading everything.
Yeah.
And we got some young girls blended in with some of our senior leadership, and I think they've got a bright future ahead, not only for postseason this year, but also going into future years. So bright things happening for Lady Roadrunner basketball. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being a Roadrunner, and we will talk with you soon. on.
Testing.
What number is it?
Esther Dustin.
Don't touch anything. It's good. You're fine. If you want to turn down this, we use these.
National anthem sung by Esther Dawson. Good job. Coach Perkins here joining Dawn Tyler. Dawn, I was just sitting here while she was singing that. It's been 15 years since we did this.
It's been a long time, but you know, I still have an old demo tape of ours. Oh, it's
really?
on CD. Yeah, it's on 2 CDs. You know,
Wow.
I look at that every once in a while. I tell my wife, this is my big break. I've never used it.
Yeah.
You know? This is my big break to start right here.
Dawn and I used to call games together on the radio 15, 16, 17 years
Oh,
ago.
yes.
I know I've been coaching girls now 14 years, so it was before that. We have a little history here together, and we'll do the best we can for you. The girls' game is over, so I get to wear 3 hats today.
Yes.
AD, basketball coach, and now announcer.
Oh, that's good. You're like John Madden, the new John
yeah,
Madden,
right.
right? Okay, you got to do it all.
I don't know about that, but anyway, we expect a good game. These 2 teams played before down in the Thanksgiving tournament. It was an overtime loss, I believe. ALA-Gilbert, the Eagles, beat us. We were 1 player short then. Quentin Thomas didn't play in that game due to an injury. We're 1 player short now. Brandon Begay is not going to play tonight. He's still on the road back from. He has 1 more day to go due to the COVID protocol, so he'll play on Monday.
Right.
So we expect an up and down game. I know the boys team, they shoot, I don't know, 30, 35 threes a game.
Oh,
They're
wow.
very deadly. They're full court pressure, man-to-man defense. We don't have a lot of size, and I passed a couple of these kids from Gilbert North in the hallway. They have a little bit of size.
They've got some size. I saw some of them coming in too. You know, and one thing I found unusual about this Gilbert team, even their JV boys team, they have an unusual amount of left-handers.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
We'll keep an eye out for
Most
that.
high school kids don't know how to play a left-hander.
Holbrook on the court. We got Quentin Thomas, Nick Begay's jumping center, Caden Tom, Noah Brown, and number 5 is Strand Bain, who's taking the starting spot where Brandon Begay normally would have been.
Yeah. Well, you can hear Coach Johnson. As soon as we got the tip, we started going the other way, and Coach Johnson yells, "No!"
Yep. Looks like Eagles are playing man-to-man defense. Quentin Thomas, Holbrook's running a weave on top. And the Roadrunners move the ball well. Their full court pressure defense is one of their trademarks, and they will shoot a ton of threes, and they're usually pretty accurate shooters.
Well, yeah, they're pretty accurate. And I noticed that the defense of Gilbert right now, they're moving quite a bit. You know, they're getting good defensive rotations, but just little things like that where a guy comes in, leaves his feet. You know, you can't leave your feet. You just stay straight up and down. Even then, you get it called on you most of the time.
Noah Brown with a left-hand drive, and Noah's, I don't know who's leading scorer for Holbrook. He's got to be up there with one of them. Kid's in the gym a lot, working on his game. And he completes the, no he doesn't, jinxed him a little bit, so missed a free throw, 2-0 Holbrook on top. The Eagles come up, they're starting 5. We'll take the names and numbers here. I believe that's number 3 or 13, he's number 13. It's still here by Nick Begay. Nick Begay is our post player. He kind of plays, he is a post player. He can play on the outside as well. Nick's just one of those guys that works really hard.
He works real hard. If he can get him to run the floor just a little bit in the transition game, Holbrook will have an advantage.
Quentin Thomas with a left-hand drive. Quentin is left-handed.
Yeah.
For Holbrook. That was a good, quick left-hand drive. Holbrook's full court pressure isn't up to snuff like quite yet, but there's a foul. I think he got it on on Strand Bain. Called for the foul.
Yeah, I was on Strand trailing the play from behind, trying to get that little tap. You know, and the worst thing you could do is when you reach and tap, never pull your hands back.
That
like
gives it away.
that's called the hot stove move. Never pull the hot stove move because you're going to get called right there.
Dylan Novak with the ball on top for the Eagles. He's going to drive
carry.
right side. Yep. Last year that was a point of emphasis with the rule book. This year it's kind of funny. Last year a huge point of emphasis. This year everybody's getting away with it. So.
Well, you get a distinct, that's 5-second count for Holbrook, but you get a distinct advantage over the defender if you can carry the ball.
Caden Tom with a good defense gets a 5-second call. Noah Brown has it coming across the timeline. Just underway here at Tony Munoz Gyms. 4-0, Holbrook on top. A couple driving layups, as I talked about all the three-point prowess, and we have back-to-back layups. But the Eagles are playing man-to-man. It's harder to get off threes against man-to-man defense.
Yes.
In the corner goes over to Caden, out across the top. Strand Bain has it. Noah's trying to come off the screen. Now he has it on top. See, Holbrook spreads the floor out without a true post player. They try to keep the lane as empty as possible.
Well, yes.
And here's the pressure. Strand goes for the gamble and misses. And a nice drive inside.
That's an offensive foul.
Offensive foul, yep. Quentin Thomas picks up the charge. Those are, even early in games, those are momentum changers.
Yes.
So 4-0. Thomas popped up quick. And again, Holbrook, they call it, I don't know what the office they call it. We call it 5 out or motion.
Well, we call it 5 wide. Yeah. And they're calling the same thing we used to call it back when I was still coaching with Del Mar. But it's called 5 wide, and all you're trying to do is just get the advantage on people. That's a tip.
Yep. Well, it went off Noah Brown's
but it
leg.
hit his foot, though.
Yeah. So turnover for the Roadrunners.
I think I'd like to see them change that rule because there's no way you can catch the ball with your foot.
Right.
Right. So he it was knocked out of his hand, but it hit his foot.
Kyle Smith comes in replacing, I believe, Strand Bain. Smith is a junior. In fact, Holbrook's, a lot of players on the floor are juniors right now. And just 2 seniors, Nick McGay and Caden Tom. Their primary scorers are all juniors. Holbrook now playing good aggressive man defense as well. There's their problem. They get in the post against bigger kids. Kick out, 3-pointer on the way, in and out, back in again. Number 13, that is Spencer Ferguson, hits the 3. So 4-3, Holbrook on top by 1. Oh, that didn't go in, sorry. My freshman coach here, that's how good my eyes are, people. I'm sorry, I guess that went in and out. So it didn't go in.
No, it was halfway down.
Yeah.
You had several of those by De Aguero in your game.
Caden Tom gets the put back here for Holbrook. Caden and Holbrook, they're really good at knowing their jobs. Role players, Caden's job is kind of the garbage man.
That's the hardest thing to teach the high school players as a role player. Everybody wants to wear a Superman suit. You know, they want to do the Superman stuff. You know, but sometimes you just got to know your role. Sometimes you just got to be Jimmy Olsen, not Superman.
12-foot shot was up and no good. Holbrook has the rebound now. Running the weave on top. Eventually somebody gets a back door on this, or they pop open for a 3, or the lane just stays open so you can drive it in.
And see, this is with no shot clock. This is a definite advantage for a high school team.
Quentin gets the 3. Quentin Thomas hits the 3, and quick timeout by the Eagles as they are down quickly 9-0. Holbrook's not a team you want to get down on. You mentioned shot clock. Next year you're going to see one.
Yes.
We're going to have it, and that'll change things a little bit. I think it's going to be a 35-second shot clock. Now it's not 100% approved, but it looks kind of like in the AD meetings I go to, it's going to be approved by conference. However, if a school doesn't have it, because it is going to cost us a little bit of money to install them, then you got to pay somebody to run the shot clock itself. But there might be some schools that don't have them. And when you travel somewhere and they don't have it, obviously you don't use it.
Right.
But if you are hosting a school, hosting a game, and you have it, then you have to use it.
Right.
So it won't be 100% across the board, but I'm fairly confident we'll have it. I think the 3A conference will have it, and we'll have one up in here. You know, we used to have when we had MPC games.
Right. I remember those.
And now they were wired, and now we have the options of they're all remote.
Yeah,
nowadays.
you have Wi-Fi now, so you don't have to have hardwired
So
stuff.
we'll have them here, and it'll change our game a little bit. Defensively, it won't change the way the girls play.
Oh no, the biggest change is going to be is just how coaches choose to use the
Yeah,
shot
exactly.
clock now. You know, that's going to bring in more numbers. It's going to take more, analytics in terms of certain things. You know, when you have 35 seconds on the clock and you have so much time on the game clock.
An illegal screen call was set on ALA-Gilbert. The coach didn't like it too much, but he got clarification from the referee. So Holbrook has it inbounds underneath, running the same play every school in the world has.
Yes.
Pro players. Here's Quentin Thomas on the drive, left-hand drive again. There he goes again. So Quentin Thomas has 7 of the 11 Holbrook points here early on.
And all he did was he just took the defender out to the perimeter, didn't stay out there and turn around and came right back. And then that's what high school players need to understand. If you got your defender on the move and you got the dribble, you own his feet. He doesn't own his own feet.
Yeah.
They might be attached to him, but he doesn't own his feet.
And Quentin is one of those kids that's deceptively quick anyway, kind of a long, lean kid. Holbrook beats a little bit of token pressure by the Eagles. Now they have it on top, Noah Brown. Gets a screen there, and there goes Thomas again. Left-hand drive, and once again, he's 4 for 4, 3 for 4 on those layups. Holbrook up 13-0, and ALA-Gilbert North, who is a very good team, still looking for their first points. Oh, it could have been a charge called there.
Sure could have.
3-pointer up, no good. Looked like a push-off offensively.
Push-off there. We both saw it.
3-pointer by the lefty on its way, and there's their first points of the night. That is number 0.
Yeah, that's one of the lefties. They've got a couple of them out there.
Dylan Novak with the 3-pointer. 10-point game. Holbrook back the other way. Nick Begay dribbles out of the corner. Up on top is Smith. It's going to come back around to Noah Brown. Off his leg, and we're going to have a picked up stole here by the Eagles. Had a one-on-one, didn't take it. Here's a drive inside, and there's a reaching foul on Nick Begay. So the Eagles will have it underneath. They should be underneath. And quickly into the game, Strand Bain's going to come back in for, see what it is. I think it's just Nick for Kyle Smith. That's Holbrook's one issue right now, especially with a player out, is the depth of the bench.
Right.
Coach Delmar doesn't play a lot of depth usually, and then when you do that and you lose a starter, then other kids really have to step up quick. And we got an illegal set screen, an illegal screen again.
They've been doing that quite a bit. They did it here at half court with an illegal screen on a blinded runner. You can set that screen legally, but you can't move up when his head is turned and set the screen. And the
head coach for the Eagles wanted clarification from the referee, and the referee, I just saw him stick his knee out, said he put his knee out when he went around him. So a little 2-2-1 pressure here shown by Gilbert North. The way you beat this is you get the ball in the middle of the court. Right. You want to stay off the sidelines. There's the pass to the middle. And that's the difference. Nick McGee as a post player, he can handle the ball on top.
Yeah, see. And if he runs the floor, man, that's the reason why the Bucks are so dominant in the NBA. Because Giannis can take it coast to coast. He's a big man. He can just handle the ball like a guard.
Well, here's an illegal screen called on Holbrook, so officials are being consistent with that call. And now Holbrook showing their full court. They usually play full court man. That's what they're in. Strand Bain back in the game, the junior guard. I believe Strand's a junior, There's a carry that would have been called last year, and now that does not go in. I saw that one come off, Jess.
Caden Tom just muscled that ball away from him.
Noah Brown kicks into the corner. Strand Bain called a 3, doesn't get it. There's a big, strong rebound. Ball's tipped up in the air. And there's how Holbrook defense. They're just quick and they're relentless.
Good hustle by Quentin Thomas. I mean, that was a great hustle. He came around and tried to get the ball. He got a hand on it, but knocked it out of bounds. But what he did is he stopped a breakaway a layup there.
Yep. And there he almost got his hands on that one. That's Nick Begay again. Nick is a very athletic 6'3" kid. Might maybe even be a little taller. Crossover down the middle they go, and called for a travel.
They're carrying. They're rolling it all the way over. They're going bottom hemisphere and rolling the ball.
2-2-1 press. Again, you want to hit the side, then hit the middle. Nick comes in the middle, and they go over the top.
That's too high.
Yeah. Caden Tom. Now we got pressure and defense called.
Number 1, that was on Phelps.
So Holbrook has it. got a set play set up. They're going to go over the top here. They're trying to go straight to Noah Brown in a one-on-one matchup in the post. And I was about to say that we're going to have a technical call here on the ALA-Gilbert coach. You knew that was coming. And he was complaining continually about the calls, and it didn't take long for he got the call, but not the call he wanted. So.
Yeah. Sometimes be careful for what you ask for.
Yeah, I'm not sure what his complaint was at the moment, anyway.
Well, I know one thing that Paul Hancock is not gonna. He's not gonna hear it a lot. You know.
Noah Brown hits the first. He's now 1 out of 2 at the line. So Holbrook will get the ball back after this free throw. And of course, after I colored that in, he missed it. So Holbrook gets the ball back, and now the head coach for the ALA-Gilbert will have to be he'll have to sit on the bench the rest of the game and just watch him in the first 6 minutes of this game. He's one of those guys that's kind of like me, wants to be up all the time.
He wants to be up. You got to be up. I don't like sitting.
Yeah, and now he's benched for the rest of the game. So now they're still trying to go. Now they're going to try to go ISO to Noah Brown inside. Now they bring him up top. Holbrook spreads the floor again. They got a mismatch with Caden Tom. I don't think the kid guarding him can handle him physically in the post.
No, I don't think so either.
That way.
No.
Running the weave on top. There's a screen set by Caden. Good backdoor cut by Nick Begay. Pass wasn't right by Quentin Thomas. Sorry, pass wasn't the right place.
Well, I like how they try to run that. You know that pick and roll. You know, with bigger players. You know, that's off. You can run that pick and roll guard to guard. You've watched the Atlanta Hawks run that pick and roll guard to guard to perfection.
Right.
You know, and then you know you could double the pick and roll off of that. You know, that pick and roll it's hard to stop as a coach. You know that.
Yeah. Here's a little drive at the free throw line. Shots a little flat, comes off the back of the rim. So Holbrook on top, 14-3. 30 seconds left here in the first quarter. Now they put Caden Tom in at the high post. And I still think he has a mismatch.
Yeah, I do. I do. Just weight wise.
They're running splits. This ball's coming back for Quentin Tom or for Strand on top. There's a block. First he called a charge. Now he changed it to a block.
What we got? Block.
They run a play called splits, and Strand Bain was setting that screen at the bottom, got run into. And they called a block, but I think it's it was on Gilbert North. Okay.
Yeah.
It was more of a push foul, but it was a tough one to signal. So it's a 1-on-1 now already. Gilbert North up to 17 foul, and we'll find out real quick how deep their bench is. As Strand Bain steps to the line and hits the first one. Strand Bain, the younger brother of Desiree Bain. Played for me, also the older sister. Now her name escapes me, but she'll get mad at me for that.
And then it's funny when after you start seeing.
Oh, I know, yeah.
You start, after a while, I see kids all the time, and I'm like, and they look at me and I'm like,
Rochelle Nez. Now I got it. Okay.
I know your face. Yeah.
Older Rochelle. Bain made the second free throw.
Quick
drive
offense.
down.
That's offense. That's offense. That's offense. You cannot jump into the defender. He jumped into, created the contact. He created the contact on that.
And the head coach for Gilbert got up and went to the other end of the bench and then sat down. Yeah, that was a good call.
Yeah.
Good defense by Strand.
Yeah. You cannot create contact. That's who does it? James Harden. Yeah. James Harden does that.
So now they get out of the 2-2-1 press with a little bit of foul trouble. Back into a half-court man. 11 seconds left. Here's a drive by Noah Brown. Holbrook is really good at hitting shots late in quarters. Usually it's a 3. Down to 3 seconds. There's a long 2 by Brown. That's no good.
Oh.
Caden got away with the push-off. There it is.
Nope.
Caden Tom had a push-off, and they caught him. So into the quarter, I believe. First quarter done, and Holbrook's on top 16-3. And again, these two teams went to overtime at that Rain and Drain Thanksgiving tournament in Phoenix. There was about 2 seconds left or 1 second left.
Yeah,
so
1 second. Should be 1 full second.
Not quite at the end of the quarter yet. But Gilbert North will have it 93 feet away from their basket with 1 second, so we'll see what they.
And for heaven's sake, heaven's sakes, do not foul them.
Yeah.
You know.
Holbert's going to pick up full court. Oh, they put 3 seconds on there, actually, not just 1.
Oh, wow.
So 3 seconds, you can get a little bit farther. You
Yeah,
can
you
get
can.
across
Yeah,
half
you
court.
can get across. You can get a shot on the wing.
Yeah.
3 seconds.
Oh, they changed. Okay, they changed it back to 1.
Okay, I was
So
going to
this will
say.
be this will be catch, and just let them catch it in front of you. And
Catch and release. Yeah.
Holbert's going for a 5-second count here. They're playing deny defense, trying to get a quick 5-second count. Defensively, often you pass right over the top. And there it is. And long shot on the way. That looked pretty good.
Oh, it hit out arc. I wasn't saying anything until it saw it hit.
They came closer on that one than they were the layup. So,
Yeah.
so 16-3, first quarter in the books. ALA-Gilbert, long drive up, playing a really good team. Holbrook, not that PowerPoints mean a whole lot at this point, but Holbrook is ranked 14th or 15th, and fans may not understand why our boys, who are 4-0, are ranked that low, and why the girls, who are also 4-0, are ranked where we are. We're ranked number 1, which is, I tell the girls, it's on Ramblay, we are paper tigers.
Based on your competition,
Yeah,
right?
it's based on your strength of schedule. And,
Yeah.
and thus far, it'll all balance itself out before it's all over. The boys,
Right.
the boys' opponent's strength of schedule. And that's really what it is. The teams we played on the boys' side they don't have the strongest strength of schedule as the teams we have on the girls' side.
Right.
To be honest, I'll just say Lady Falcons. There is what keeping us up at number 1 because they've beaten everybody else except us.
Right.
So our strength of schedule is pretty high,
And
whereas
theirs
the boys
is kind of
lower.
weak. Yeah.
But as the season goes along, that will balance itself out. The boys will be fine. They're one of the better teams, if not maybe. Well, I think they're a top 1 or 2 or 3 team.
And you want to hold your control or your dominance over Alchese, because if you don't, they benefit from if they beat you, they benefit from your strength of schedule.
No
Is that
question.
not right?
Yep. That's why the boys are ranked where they are with undefeated record, and why we are where we are. But it's all going to flatten itself out as we go along. Our boys, in my opinion, I've seen a lot of 3A boys play, and around here, now there's usually the best, some of the better talent comes out of the Valley in 3A with just bigger kids.
Right.
But our boys are, I think, one of the best teams in this area for sure.
I think so.
Start of the second quarter, here is a drive inside offensive board.
Nick Begay did not get that call because he started leaning back before contact got to him. Scoop back.
Pass up ahead, Noah Brown. Holbrook out and running. 18-3, Holbrook on top. And right now, Gilbert North, a little gun shy. And there's a push called on, I think, Nick Begay. They have the double team there. And that's just one of the things you got to tell my girl. We trap a lot. Is once you got them stopped, you don't want to bail them out with a foul.
Oh, you don't want to bail him out with a foul, and then as soon as we know we got that guy trapped, we've got to smother his outlet, his closest outlet pass.
So that's second foul on Nick Begay. He'll come out. Kyle Smith comes in for him. So Holbrook gives up size, but really not a lot of quickness because Kyle's very fast as well. Man-to-man pressure. Holbrook switches the screen on top. Little motion as well from the Eagles. There's a shot. They can't find the mark right now, except that one they get. Offensive board, put back on the layup in. I think that was number
11.
Number 11 with that. That is
Connor Morris.
Connor Morris gets the basket. 18-5 now for the Roadrunners. Looks like the Eagles will switch to a zone. They're playing looks like a 1-2-2 or maybe a 2-3. No, they're playing a 2-3 zone.
Yeah. Well, it's more like a matchup, a 2-3 matchup.
Which is dangerous against a three-point shooting team.
Yes.
But we'll see how it turns out for them. They have a little bit of foul problems themselves, so. Holbrook goes to the wing. Holbrook's usually very patient on this, but they more than likely will end up with an open look at the three-point line.
Well, it's like Rob Corpich and I were talking about during your game that, if you keep swinging that, it's hard to keep 5 people focused at the same time. Somebody's going to lose focus at some point. And so that's all you're trying to do. You're going to find out who's going to lose focus first.
They had the skip pass to Quinton, but missed it. So Holbrook still on the sideline. Still 2-3. It's very spread out 2-3 by the Eagles.
They've eaten up a minute off the clock already.
There's going to pass to the corner. There's the three-point shot. No, he drove around it. Quinton Thomas a little short on the layup, and we got a pushing foul on Caden Thomas. Now he's got 2.
You see, that's not good. Now you got your 2 big men are in foul trouble.
So Caden with 2. Coach Johnson at the moment choosing to leave him in. Full court press. Now a quick foul on Noah Brown. I think that's his first. And that's the issue. My team, we love the full court press.
Yeah.
And the boys like the full court press, but you got to be careful when you do it. And you do, it does tend to lead to foul problems once in a while.
Well, it does lead to foul problems because, people get in their head that, with the full court press, first thing I think about when I hear full court press, they got to go 94 feet to score.
Yep.
That's the first thing I think of. And so I'm going to make it difficult, but I'm not going to foul them 94 feet from their basket.
So the first free throw by number 11, I think, is up and in. And now what I tell my girls is, now you got to be smart when you pick up that first foul, especially in the first half.
Right.
Second free throw up and in as well. A team as good as Gilbert's going to get their shooting stroke at some point. They're going to find it. 18-7, 5:42 left in the half. Now they're extending out and trying to trap on top out of that zone.
They're trying to get the corner trap is what they're working at.
Switched it to a 2-3 or a 1-2-2. There's a trap and there's a three-point
shot
by Kyle Smith on the way. No good. And we got a foul called inside on
41, I think, for Gilbert North.
That would be, well, there's no 41 in the book that we have. But that's
don't
okay.
have a 41.
Jessica filled them out before, so it must be in the book. We'll blame her.
It's got to be.
She just gave me a dirty look, but that's okay.
It could have been. It could have been the last guy on the roster.
Yeah. So Caden Tom, he makes the free throw. Good shot for Caden. 3 points now in the game for him. Quentin Thomas leading Holbrook. He has 10 in that first quarter. 10 of Holbrook's 16. Caden makes the second one. Full court press being put on by Holbrook as well. Noah Brown on the ball. 20-7, 5 minutes left here in the half. Eagles running some screen action, trying to get off the curl. There's a screen and roll, but the pass was too high.
Well, actually, the pass was the right pass.
The roll didn't roll fast enough.
Yeah, he should have rolled harder and faster. And the guy coming up knows that when he rolls, that's got to go. He's going back with that.
So now they put their starter back in for that young man that just made the mistake on the pass. Or on that roll. Here's kind of extended out there, 1-2-2. They're trying to trap the side. Middle's open, corner's open, and got to be a better pass. Pretty quick hands out there by number 4.
Yeah, quick hands. The number 4, right there in the corner. He should have, because I think he was getting ready to launch that one.
Now they put in Sam Francisco for Holbrook. Comes in off the bench, number 22. He's a junior as well, I believe. A little bit better shooter maybe in the corner. You don't let Quentin shoot if you're them. Inside pass to Caden, turns around quick, good shot. That's,
nice. Again,
there's Caden knowing his job. His job is an elbow free throw line shooter against that zone.
Know your role.
And Holbrook quickly puts the pressure right back on.
No, you're good. You're good.
Just a straight man press by the Roadrunners.
You guys are good. You're good. Okay.
Dylan Novak brings it up. Here's a drive inside by Novak, puts it up, and it's going to count. Novak gets the bucket, and he will get the free throw. 22-9 now is the score. And Gilbert's starting to find the range just a little bit. That's the third foul on Caden Tom, though. Now he's going to have to come out, and that brings Izzy Ramos in for Holbrook. And this is where that depth of Holbrook's bench will be tested in these last 4.5 minutes. Also, Kyle Smith comes back in, replacing, I think it's 25? I didn't see who set down. Oh, Strand Bain, maybe? He's down on the floor for Holbrook.
Yeah, it was Strand Bain, number 5. Yeah.
Izzy Ramos comes in and shows Izzy's a strong kid, football player, and you're not going to get too many rebounds away from him.
No, I don't think so.
Still 1-2-2 zone. Actually, no, it's more of a flattened 2-out-3 now, or 2-3. Here is pressure on Kyle in the corner. Izzy pops out. Comes back on top to Quentin. They've extended it out far enough where it's going to be tough to get an easy 3 out of it.
Yeah.
Now Ramos plays the high post spot. Here's a drive. They shut the baseline off. Should be up on top. They should have skipped it really quick. They had Quentin on top. But you got to reverse the ball.
Well, you got to have some anticipation as to where people were going to be too.
There's Quentin Thomas, 3-pointer on the way, a little bit short.
And inside is Ramos, and I think they call a foul, or did he step out first?
I think they called a foul. I think that bailed him. No, he got him for stepping out. Yeah, he stepped out of bounds. But
got the rebound, stepped on the line. Holbrook playing full court man now. Their point guard, Novak, waves everybody off. He's just going to bring it up himself. Noah Brown with a quick steal, picked his pocket, and Noah Brown put it right back in. Maybe he needs more help than that by himself.
Yeah.
And now we have an offensive foul. Another offensive foul, pushing off.
That's number 3 on Novak.
And he's got to come out real quick. And he almost picked up a technical. He said something to the official, and the official reached for his whistle, but he let him slide on it. Actually, that showed foul number 4 on him. Is that right?
Yeah. Well, I got him at 3. You got him at 4?
No, I just, up on the board, they had him at 4.
Oh.
Baseline drive by Brown. It's going to be stopped short. And here comes the Eagles back down 2-on-2.
Stop.
That's a good body control there.
Yeah, it was. He floated right around it.
Brandon Phelps hits the bucket. 24-11 now, 3 minutes left in the half. Thomas comes up. They're trying to trap the sideline quickly into Ramos. Ramos hits the corner pass. Kyle Smith with the three-pointer on the way, short. And they got pushed in the back against San Francisco, trying to rebound. And that will put Gilbert North at the free throw line for a 1-on-1. And if they're going to get back in the game, they're going to have to do it at the free throw line.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially with their, if he is their point guard, I think he is. If he has 4, it's a long night for him. Even with 3, he's in foul trouble.
Even with 3. And you know, I try to tell players all the time, if a guy gets to 3, he might as well give me 4 and 5, because I'm going to go get 4, at least 4. And 5 is going to be because you got mad because I got 4.
There's an offensive rebound. Putback was missed. Holbrook out and running now. Kyle Smith pulls it back. Goes to Brown on top. Going to spread the floor again. Ramos at the free throw line. Nice backdoor cut by San Francisco. And Sam stays with it and gets it back in. Got the first one sent right back to his face, but he put that one right back in. 26-11. Holbrook with almost another steal. And now you can tell Gilbert North are missing their point guard. He's in foul trouble.
Yeah. Well, now you're having your bigger ball handlers handle the ball.
And here's a drive. It could be a foul called on Noah Brown. They're going to call it on the ground, so it'll be a 1-on-1. And that will put, is it number 1 at the line?
Number 1 is, I think that's Brandon Phelps.
You know, Don, 14 years ago, it was easier to see the numbers.
Yeah, I had to go back out to the car and get my glasses. I was trying to do it without glasses.
I think the numbers are the same size they were that long ago, but something's changed.
Yeah, I think instead of giving me a pencil, I need that big piece of chalk.
Yeah.
You know, so I can write it and see it.
So he makes the, no, he missed the first one.
He missed that one.
Second one is on the way, and he missed that one as well. Brown with the rebound, up ahead it goes to San Francisco, out to the corner. They're going to swing it around quick. Noah trying to go back door. Ramos has it, free throw line, and he drives in, and he's going to be called for travel. Izzy's job is to be big, be strong, rebound. Probably not to handle the ball too much. Yeah. So he's coming out, and that's going to put,
and when you get shots, they're going to be putbacks. That's going to be under the glass, and you're just putting it back up.
Kodiak Daw comes in for Holbrook. He is a senior, number 23. Kyle Smith, offensive foul. There it is. He put the elbow right into Kyle's face. And you just can't do that. Offensive foul. Again, it's about the 4th or 5th offensive foul on ALA-Gilbert. You know, maybe in the Valley they let teams play that way. It's more physical down there. The game is for sure.
Yeah, it is.
And it appears that ALA-Gilbert's having a tough time adjusting to the different way it's called up here. Or the Holbrook kids are just too quick defensively, which they are very quick. Here's a pass and a turnover inside. Holbrook staying with the pressure. 26-11 is the score. Full court man press. Get him on the sideline where you want to trap him. He splits that. Now Holbrook, they got numbers against Holbrook, but they don't take advantage of it. Going to the post against the smaller Smith, and he tried to get around. He almost made it. They were trying to post up Kyle Smith there. Has about a 6-inch height disadvantage.
I think that was good defense. I kind of disagree with BJ on that one because the big man was trying to hold the little guy behind him, and the hand contact he saw was him pushing his hands off.
So number 1, Brandon Phelps, he's just now missed his last 3 free throws. Holbrook is in the double bonus. He's going to get 1 more, but he's 0 for 3. And he gets the one to go, so 25%, not the number you want at the free throw line.
No.
Brown comes up, here's a half-court trap. Quickly it goes inside, right through Dawes' hands. And coming back the other way, and good hustle and a steal.
Look up.
Up by Nick Begay, up ahead San Francisco with the layup and in. We call those 4-point plays. They should have had a layup on this end, missed it because of Holbrook's hustle, and it turns into a 2-point the other way, 28-12. Kyle Smith. Ball goes into the corner now. Smith with good defense. San Francisco out on top. There's a drive inside, layup up and in by number 1. That's a little bit of a mismatch right now for Holbrook.
And he's got that pretty much all day if he understands that. Take it out to the perimeter a little bit, get some distance.
A near steal here, right? Skip past the corner. Smith has it in the corner. Going to go up on top to Noah Brown. They're going to reset the play. Get a high screen from Kodiak Daw. Past the corner. San Francisco's three-pointer on the way. That's no good. And ball's on the ground. Scrum for it, and Gilbert comes up with it. 41 seconds, 28-14 is the score. 14-point game. There is the there's the carry. He carried it twice. They called one.
They called he was carrying all the way.
Yeah. Ramos comes back in for Kodiak Daw. Ramos will be the guy at the free throw line now on the offensive set. Yeah, he carried it twice, and they called the second one. Last year, that first one would have been called. Yeah. And it was strange. It's every year that the NFHS comes out with a point of emphasis on rules. Last year it was the carry, and they called it up until 3 weeks before state. 3 weeks before the state tournament, they just stopped calling it. And that's kind of the way that things work. And right there would have been another carry. But here's a quick drive down, and Sam tried to get the foul call, didn't get it. Layup was up and good. I think it was number 13. So 28-16. ALA-Gilberts have been outplayed a lot in this half, and they're only down 12 points with 5 seconds left. A chance to cut it to 10. 3 seconds.
Holbrook's trying to stop the ball.
Three-pointer on the way, and that is good. Three-point shot. That'll give them some momentum. Come out of the locker room. Number 15, I think it is. Or was it 13? I think it was number 33. So our halftime score, 28-19 now.
Number 13. Well, that happens when you quit playing 3 seconds early. Things go bad.
Yep. So 28-19 is the score. Scored for Holbrook. Now, Don and I used to be doing this on the radio where we have Dee Scores, bless her heart, and good wishes. Unfortunately, we miss her as well.
Yes.
Unfortunately, no longer with us, but she always helped us out. Also, Cindy Cerna used to help us out. Some names out there. Right now, we don't have commercials, and we don't have to talk a lot at halftime, which is good for the people listening, I'm sure. So we'll come back with about a minute left on the clock before the half. Until then, just enjoy whatever it is the Broadcasting Club puts out there. Right now, watch the cheerleaders in action. We'll see you in about 9 minutes. All right, we're back getting ready to start the second half. Looks like Holbrook brought the ball to start with. Scoring in the first half, Noah Brown had 8, Strand Bain with 2, Quentin Thomas had 10 all in that first quarter. San Francisco came off the bench with 4. Caden Tom had a total of 4. For ALA-Gilbert North, they only had 3 points in the first quarter, got a little bit more going in the second quarter. Dylan Novak, their point guard, to see if he's on the floor. He's on the floor. We'll see if he has 4 fouls or 3, because he seems like a player who's going to pick up another foul.
And he seems like he's one of their floor leaders.
Yeah,
also.
he looks to be a point guard, and he's one of the better players they have. So Holbrook will probably try and attack him offensively, I would think. Caden Thomas back on the court. He has 3 fouls. Nick Begay has 2 fouls. Quentin Thomas, pretty much the starting 5. Here is Noah Brown, shot blocked from the corner. And remember, ALA-Gilbert North, they had a 3-pointer to end the first half, which made it a 9-point game, even after Holbrook had kind of dominated the first half. ALA-Gilbert North went on a pretty good run those last 3 minutes. Ball is blocked out of bounds. The Eagles will inbound from under their own basket. Holbrook is set up with another referee's talking with.
Yeah, can't touch people.
Yeah. Only time he's got to tuck his string in. Or tuck the shirt in, sorry. That young man is, he's not liking the North area officials.
He's on the, I call it under the microscope.
Yeah. Now they're going to make him come out of the game. He's not tucking it in right.
Yeah.
And he's going to have to leave the game because his jersey is not tucked in properly.
Well,
these officials.
Technically, and you see how these kids have that waistband folded over?
Yeah.
If you read the rule book, that's illegal.
Exactly. And my girls, we have to do it all the time because our shorts don't fit.
Yeah.
I'll be
yeah,
honest.
and then that's the reason why kids do it, because they're either too thin or they don't fit.
Yeah.
You know, but technically, if you read the rule book under uniform, that's illegal.
Yep. Here's a drive inside and a technical. These Gilbert North kids need to understand they cannot question the referees up here like that. So another technical on a Gilbert North fan, and that's twice. They come in. Yeah, he probably got hit, but he went right to Paul Hancock and said he hit my hand. And they're going to learn the hard way up here. That's not how you can do it. Maybe you get away with that in the Valley. I don't know, but up here, it just doesn't go.
Well, they're not going to let you chirp.
No, and so Noah Brown will get 2 free throws at the other end for the technical. He misses the first one.
This guy, the guy in front of us in the hat, is getting really close to sitting in the car, I think.
Second free throw is up. This one's in for Noah Brown. So 10-point lead now for the Roadrunners, and they will get the ball. Timeout called by Gilbert North. So 30 seconds gone in the third quarter. It's 29-19. And a fan from Gilbert North is trying to explain his situation, and I understand where he's coming from, but
here comes the bigger boss, the bigger boss, the El Jefe.
So Rob's going to come up and kind of calm him down a little bit.
Calm him down, yeah, he can come down.
So Holbrook has after the technical, they'll have the ball on the sideline. Comes in the Noah Brown. 10-point game is all. Seems like the lead should be bigger, but here's a 3-pointer on the way. No, Strand passed it up, drove inside, skipped it across to Quentin Thomas. He'll launch the 3. Quentin misses. Holbrook's not getting the 3. Now, when you play a team for the second time, even though the first one was in a tournament, obviously you know that Holbrook can shoot 3s. So Gilbert North's doing a better job of getting out on the 3-point shooters. And even, I don't care how good you are, if there's a little pressure there, the shot's a whole lot different.
Oh, it's a lot different. It looks different.
10-point game. Gilbert's kind of hanging around. Man-to-man defense by the Roadrunners. Number 13 is Spencer Ferguson. Handles the ball. Good handles there. Right behind the back. Kicked out of the corner. Right back to Ferguson. Comes in on top to Connor Morris. Looking for a dribble drive. Holbrook playing good in-your-face man-to-man. Here's a drive inside, though. There's a foul called. And that will send, the foul's going to be, I think, on Nick Begay, which will be his 3rd. That'll send Brandon Phelps to the line. And Phelps, he's been there 4 times. He's 1 for 4. See if he can get the first points of the third quarter. Yep. that one looked a little bit better.
Yeah, those first couple that he shot,
they were flat.
Well, I think he just there was frustration on the line with him too. When you
he-
go to the line, don't take anybody else with you.
He fell backwards. That one came up short. They get the offensive rebound. Long three-pointer on the way. Backboard shot, no good. There's a foul on Gilbert with a push. Kyle Smith with good position. And get landed on. When you're 5'6", maybe 5'5", like Kyle is, and you play in the tall timbers, you're going to get landed on. Strand Bain comes in for Nick Begay. Begay does have 3 fouls, I believe.
Yes, that's his third. He picked up his third.
Noah Brown has it across the timeline. Still a 2-3 zone. Short corner goes to Caden Tom, out on top to Brown. Wanted to go inside, but they got it covered up. 29-20. Kyle Smith on top. They're extending that zone out farther and farther, which will open up the corners. Quentin Thomas, baseline drive. Nice handoff to Caden Tom, and he gets the shot up and in. Good handoff by Quentin Thomas. There's a turnover. Number 1 came down a little bit too strong. Call for carrying the ball, but honestly, I'm not sure that was a carry. He had his hand on top of the ball.
Yeah, he had his hand on top.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have called that a carry. But if you're out of position, it will look like that.
Here's Thomas Holbrook with the weave back out on top. Kyle Smith back to Noah Brown. Going to penetrate, kick to the corner. 3-pointer on the way by Quentin Thomas. Off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound, there's a steal by Thomas. Read the outlet pass, and he'll make the layup. Good shot by Quentin. Quentin Thomas just a very good player for Holbrook.
Yeah, he's smart.
Junior,
he stayed back,
So 33-20, Holbrook out to a 13-point lead. Holbrook still with man-to-man defense. They don't play a lot of zone. Noah Brown shuts a drive off. Ball's bounced around, controlled by Bain. Noah brings it up across the timeline. Goes quick in the corner. Quentin Thomas, pump fake on the free.
Glass.
That's made offensive foul, yep.
Yeah, he jumped into him.
Even though he turned his shoulder, Quentin went down pretty hard. Hopefully he's okay. He's getting back up slow. So the charge on Quentin Thomas. He's up and okay.
Landed on his rear end, and if you know Quentin Thomas, there's not much rear end to land on. He's kind of like me. There's not a lot of rear end.
So number 0 is back in the game now, Dylan Novak. We'll see how long he stays in the game. I think he's got 4 fouls, and he's not the most popular player on the referees list at the moment.
No.
So. And he appears to be their best player. Kyle Smith called for a little bump here. So 4:54, it's a 13-point game for the Eagles when Novak came back into the game. We'll see what that does for them.
It seems like this has been a long quarter.
Yeah. There's a drive, kick to the corner. Novak has it, he drives baseline, and they call him for an offensive foul.
That's
and
it.
Is that number 5?
He's pulling his shirt off. Yep. That's it.
He's just going to the locker room. His coach is sending him to the locker room. That didn't take long.
Nope, that's it. That was 5.
I would have bet longer than that, but it took him less than 30 seconds to be out of the game. So Kyle Smith stood and took the charge. Novak is out of the game. So Holbrook has it the other way. 1-2-2 zone now. Here's a pass inside to Caden Tom. Backdoor cut. A little bit behind Strand Bain, and now Holbrook turns it over. And Strand goes down the corner. He pops up. He's okay. So the Eagles now without their best player. Still have good players on the court, though.
Yeah, they've got some quality players on the floor.
Still within 13. Game's not out of hand quite yet. Dribble down the floor. Here's a drive up inside, in and out. Can't get the shot to go. Little hesitation dribble. Now Holbrook has it coming back the other way. Brown stopped up on top early. To Smith over the corner. Thomas thought about the drive, pulled it back out. Holbrook can be patient here with a 13-point lead and 4 minutes left. And now we have, what do we have?
Uh-oh. Coach. Warning on the coach.
Coach may be joining his player if he keeps it up. Yep. Now the coach goes to the locker room on his own. He was not ejected, but he's going to go on his own. So that was not a technical. Just the head coach decided to leave the floor on his own doing. I think just out of frustration, he decided enough was enough.
Well, he said something, and I think that Lon heard it. Yeah.
Now, did he come back?
No, he's.
Oh.
No.
So Holbrook ball, no technical there, although the head coach decided to excuse himself for the time being. Holbrook has the ball, 4:05, now he's back. Oh, he went in to check on his player. Okay, because the player can't stay in the locker room by himself, so. I think he went in to check on his player, plus cool off himself a little bit. So
yeah.
Head coach is back on the floor, that's good. You don't want to see coaches get ejected. Holbrook has it. Quentin Thomas out to Noah Brown on top. Nick McGay's back in the game at the free throw line. Thomas is going to call for a travel, yep. Good shot, good move, but he forgot to put the ball down first. Holbrook back with the full court pressure. (33-20). Still, this quarter's only halfway over.
Basically, yeah. It's been a long quarter, though.
Number one, dribble drive's going to hand off. No, tried to hand off inside. One thing about ALA-Gilbert, a lot of one-on-one stuff. You don't see him running a whole lot of offense.
No.
And when your top player point guard is off the floor, that changes things for you a little bit.
Well, everybody's got to start improvising.
And when you play teams like that defensively as a coach, they're easier to guard because you really can only have to focus on one guy.
Yeah.
So Holbrook with a turnover. Now ALA-Gilbert has it back. Come back the other way. Still 13. Neither team has scored in quite a while. There's a drive inside. 1-on-5 again. If this one goes, and the 13 gets it to go. That is Spencer Ferguson with the drive inside. 11-point game still. Across the top. Indicating Tom at the elbow. His shot is up and no good. Good rebound there by number one for the Eagles. That's Brandon Phelps. Going up high now. He's coming back full steam ahead the other way. Pulls it up and gets the foul called. And right now, it's whichever Eagle guy has the ball. He just pushed up the floor by himself.
Well, they're just going basically no offense.
Yep.
They're just trying to get a break. Trying to get something going.
So Phelps goes to the line for two. He's 3 for 6 at the line so far. That one's flat and rolled off. That was like his first couple misses, just a flat shot.
And the shot looks different. So when you're shooting a free throw, your shot should not. Every shot should be the same. It should look pretty much the same.
Second one is up. Looks a little bit better, up and in.
A little better. Had more height, more arc on it.
So now he's 4 for 8. And we're back to a 10-point game with 3 minutes left here in the quarter. Strand Bain has it, left side. Into McGee at the elbow, kicks to the corner. Quentin Thomas, three-pointer on the way. That's short. Rebound controlled by Caden Tom, and he puts it back up and in. Now puts it back up, it didn't go in. Foul called on number 5. That was Drew Guinness, I guess. I'm not sure how that.
See that Drew. I don't know if that's Gines,
I don't know.
Guinness.
Either way, he gets a foul. Caden Tom with the rebound. He puts the free throw up and in. Caden, on the other hand, is 3 for 3 at the free throw line with a 4th one coming. And Holbrook back on top by 11. The shot is up and good. Timeout called by Holbrook, so the free throw counts. 4 for 4 at the line for Caden. He has 8 points. And it's back to a 12-point lead for the Roadrunners. One good thing to see from the number 0 Novak for Gilbert Christian is he's back out of the locker room, high-fiving players that are coming off the floor. Yeah. And so he's got his frustrations out, and now he's being a team player.
Well, some days you just have a bad day. Everybody has a bad day, And some days it seems like that you're really in with your game, but the game isn't in with you. So, but when you start off in unfamiliar, you don't go to the dinner table and be rude, in other words. So when you go somewhere else and people don't know you, and then all of a sudden you're like not respectful, you're rude, and all of a sudden you're going to get painted with a brush. It's not going to be good for you, and you're going to end up watching your squad finish the game. 12-point game, 2:40 left here in the third quarter. Holbrook still with the man-to-man defense. Here's another 1-on-5 drive and another trip to the free throw line. So basically what they're doing is they're trying to isolate on Holbrook's what they think is their best matchup.
and then just going to the bucket with it. There's no movement offensively. 4 guys standing around the outside just waiting on who's going to drive.
Yeah, and so I don't see how that could be a method to get you back in the game.
No.
You know, it seems like there's got to be some organization to it.
And if you're going to go to the free throw line, you got to shoot the ball a little bit better. They are 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 13. Right now, they're 6 for 13 at the free throw line. Seven for 14, so 50%.
Yeah, and so if you add that,
Yeah.
and then look at the scores.
Exactly, yeah.
You know,
you make your other free throws, it's a 4-point game.
Yeah, and those are the differences.
Quentin Thomas back in the corner. Caden Tom swings it weak side to Smith, back on top to Noah Brown. Holbrook can be patient here with a 12-point lead. There goes into Caden Tom, and that's offensive foul, yep. Caden Tom picks up foul number 4, I believe, on Caden, and that one, he was okay until he lowered his shoulder and pushed his elbow out. So Caden Tom, I think that's 4 fouls on Caden Tom.
That was more like a Barkley move back then. That's how Barkley used to do it.
Well, Caden was an all-conference football player as a lineman, and he kind of showed it right there.
Yeah, he showed it, yeah. I'll just out-physical you.
Now he has 4 fouls. We'll see how long he can stay in the game. Now a little bit more movement here by Gilbert North. And we got a timeout taken by the coach, 30-second timeout. 36-24, they're still hanging around. Holbrook hasn't hit the big 3-point spurt they usually do in games. Not saying they won't, but they've come out over in Round Valley the other night. They were up 5, 4 seconds left in the half. They hit a 3, of course, to end the half, so went up 8. And then in a matter of about 3 minutes, they went from 8 to 22 points.
Whoa.
Just like that.
Yeah.
And that's what they have the ability to do, because they caught fire from 3-point land, and more. They can all shoot. Yeah. And they caught fire real quick. Their press, they got some steals, and it went from 8 to 22 in a matter of, it might have been less than 2 minutes.
Yeah. It causes a feeding frenzy, you know, and streaky teams they're like that, man. You know, you could be close 1 minute and something happens, the next thing you know, they're up by 13.
Yep. And that's how you put the nail in the coffin really quick when you do that. If they hit it here, this game will be over. They get to a 20-point lead.
Right.
And they can get there quickly. Inbound underneath by the Eagles. They come up on top. They call the timeout. Most coaches, after timeout, they have a set play. We'll see what they come up with here. And a little better ball movement. There's a drive to the baseline. Didn't have it. Back to it in the corner. Open 3-pointer on the way is in and out. No good. Good offensive rebound by a small kid. Yeah. Now he gets it up in the foul on Holbrook on the ground. It's one of the more smaller kids on the floor. He had some hops. He got up and got that rebound.
He got up and got that rebound. You know, you don't have to be really tall. First person to the rebound is the first person that leaves the floor.
So number 13, Ferguson back at the line. He's 1 for 2 there. This is a 1-on-1 as Holbrook's already in the bonus. This one looks good, and it is.
Got good form.
Yep. And one way you get back in a game, you know, this kind of lead is at the free throw line. Down they have it at 10. They make this here. It's back to 9. And with Holbrook in the bonus already, you know, they're going to be shooting free throws the rest of the game. That one's good as well. So 3 for 4 from Ferguson. So it's now a 9-point game. Holbrook's kind of been hanging at this margin pretty much since the first quarter. Pass into the corner, goes to Caden Tom, and it could have been his 5th foul of the game, but he didn't get it called. He misses the putback. Ball's coming down the court, kick into the corner. No, he didn't shoot it. Connor Morris has it out on top. Holbrook with a 2-3 now. See, Holbrook will go to 2-3 when they get in some foul trouble. So now Holbrook in a 2-3. This will see what kind of a, well, there's a penetration. There's the 3 on the way. It's in. Zones invite 3-point shots, and all of a sudden we have a 6-point game. 35-29. ALA-Gilbert has hung around, battled through some tough calls, and here they are just down 6 with 50 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. And I would say they have the momentum. Holbrook needs a big 3 or a drive here. Here's Brown, drives in, kicks to the corner. Quentin Thomas, 3-pointer on the way. He has the answer. Quentin Thomas, his 3rd 3 of the game. Had 2 in the first quarter. So back to a 9-point game. 30 seconds left in the quarter. Holbrook stays in the zone. And ALA-Gilbert down 9 is going to hold for 1 shot. No,
let him stay out there and dribble. Play that stay off your feet.
Shot in the corner on the way. Good. 3-pointer up and in for number 12, I think, or 2.
Number 2.
Number 2 had to hit the 3. Back to a 6-point game with 10 seconds left. Holbrook should have the last shot here. Bain has it in the corner, out to Noah Brown on top. going to kick it out, and it goes into the drum set. Going to be Holbrook ball with 2.2 seconds left. Quentin Thomas has it on the sideline. The most forgotten guy is going to be inside. It goes to Noah Brown, up and caught the shot to go. Noah Brown, little spin on the baseline, little floater, and just like that. But it's a single-digit game going to the fourth quarter, Don. 8-point game, still anybody's game, and you would have to say Holbrook has controlled this game throughout, but ALA-Gilbert is still hanging around.
Well, they're letting them hang around, and they're, you know, a team like this, you don't have to let them hang around and get confident. They're already confident. Because they're cocky. You can't be cocky without having some confidence.
Yep.
You know, but Holbrook's letting them hang around, you know, and now Holbrook's in for a ball game. You know, now you're not up by that proverbial 10 points for being at home. You know, now you're in a dogfight. You're only up by 8.
40-32. Next week, busy week for Holbrook, hopefully. Monday we go to Payson, always a tough place to play, tough gym to play in. Wednesday we host Chin Lee in that game that was rescheduled from December 17th, so we'll be home on Wednesday. And then on Friday we're home again with Sholo. So 3 games next week, 2 of them at home. That's the schedule, and all the schools know with COVID doing what it's doing, there's like tonight, for example, in Winslow. Tuba City was supposed to be in Winslow, and that game was canceled with COVID.
Yeah.
Tuba had to cancel that game, so there's going to be a lot of fluctuating with schedules, a lot of rescheduling going on. We just know what's going to happen.
A lot of days, you know, odd days that games are played on.
Exactly, yeah. So everybody's just got to be flexible with it. All the schools know that, and we're all prepared for it, much like we were last year. 3-pointer on the way to start the fourth quarter for the Eagles, no good. Offensive board, however, come down, and they got the overload on one side. They got 3 guys. Oh, the floor was unbalanced for them. Now it goes back to the corner, and ball stolen out of midair by Noah Brown. Noah comes down 1-on-3, takes it to the hole, and got the foul. So he'll go to the free throw line. Noah's a really good free throw shooter. Although I look at his numbers tonight, he's actually 2 for 5. No, that one didn't count. He's 2 for 4. He's actually one of those kids that's in here in the morning, pretty much every morning, shooting on his own.
Good. Hope that spreads.
Yep. So first free throw up, and it will drop in. Back to a 9-point lead. See if they can make it 10 with this one. Caden Tom stays on the floor with 4 fouls. You have Strand Bain out there, Kyle Smith, Quentin Thomas, and Noah Brown, who's just made his back-to-back free throws, and back to a 10-point lead with 7:35 to go. ALA-Gilbert has it on top. Holbrook still staying in the zone. Nice backdoor cut, kick to the corner, swing it one more pass, 3-pointer on the way. That was good ball movement, just to get the shot to go. Offensive rebound, putback was no good. However, on the offensive board again, number 1 worked hard. That's Brandon Phelps. He'll go back to the free throw line, where he has been often. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This will be his 9th and 10th free throw.
And he's keeping them in the game. He's keeping it relatively close.
7-17, low-scoring game for a high school boys game from 2 very good teams. Holbrook not shooting overly well, and ALA-Gilbert struggled with the free throw line a little bit. Phelps missed that one. They have missed 6, 7. They've missed 7 free throws. Make it 8 with that one. Offensive board, no, controlled by Caden Tom. So 8 misses the free throw line in a 10-point game. Those stand out.
Yeah, they'd only be down by 2.
Yep. Pass up ahead to Bain in the corner, skips out to Brown. Brown penetrates in, nice bounce pass to Caden Tom, can't handle it.
He should have shot that shot. He got into the key.
Nick Bigade's going to come in and replace Caden Tom, I would think. Gilbert's coming the other way. Pulled out a little more offensive mind or sets minded here. Had the guy in the wing for the shot. 13 once at the top of the key. Now he kicks it out. There's a shooter. Ball's up short. Rebound by Quentin Thomas. 6:30, 10-point game. And Delmar wants a timeout. So Coach Johnson takes the timeout. Holbrook on top by 10. Free throw line, Holbrook is might make the difference in this game before it's all said and done.
I think Coach Johnson seems to be kind of really not happy about something that was going on. I know he was saying something to Quentin Thomas.
Holbrook has made 10 out of 12 free throws in this game so far. And ALA-Gilbert North, they have made 10 also. but they've shot 19. So they're 10 for 19 from the line. Holbrook's 10 for 12.
10 for 12. And now look, we can look at that clock, and I used to tell the freshman kids all the time, now look at the clock. All the numbers up there, that's the math.
They're all in our favor.
And they're all in our favor, So what we've got to do now is to increase the numbers, get them better in our favor. We can't go down. Every trip has got to count when you go down. You can't go down, and out of every 3 trips, you might get 1. Because that leaves them too much to come back.
So back on the court, out of the timeout, Nick Begay has replaced Caden Tom. The drive inside by Noah Brown, one of the high screen and roll. Back to Smith. Kyle Smith's done a pretty good job. He's done his role tonight. Handle the ball, plays good defense, not a scorer. Brown has it. He is a scorer. He'll penetrate in, kick it out, and there's another score. Quentin Thomas, 3-pointer on the way, short. And the ball is controlled by ALA-Gilbert North. Down 10 with 6 to go. Pushed up the floor quick. 3-pointer on the way, and that is no good. Number 1's got some hops, I'll tell you, for Gilbert North.
Yeah, he does.
Rebound is down, up and in by number 11, 8-point game. Number 1, Brandon Phelps can jump. He just skied up for that rebound, and balls, they take Delmar out. Luckily, Delmar caught the number 1, Brandon Phelps. Delmar played defense back in his day.
Yeah.
His days like mine. Not as many decades ago as mine, but a few. That would have taken me out, I'll be honest. That kid would have knocked me over.
Hey, now I get taken out by my dogs.
So Kyle Smith and Housen on top, 8-point game. Smith's going to hand off to Strand Bain. Bain, they want to get out of the corner, get away from that trap.
Yeah.
Noah Brown takes care of that. Into the corner goes to Smith. And high post to Nick Begay. He was looking for a backdoor cut by Bain.
I think what Coach wants to give up is we're going to get anything. It's going to be in the key, and it's going to be a layup. We're not going to shoot the jump shot. We're not going to give them opportunity to get back in the game with the long rebound.
Noah Brown has it back on top. He's going to drive in. Back to the corner it goes.
Get out of the corner.
There's a pass to Nick Begay. Nice pass inside. Noah Brown short on the layup. So ALA-Gilbert North has a chance to cut it to 6 here. 5 minutes to go. Comes out on top. Number 1's going to drive inside and
offense.
Block. They call a block on that one. So number 1 will go back to the free throw line, and if you're Holbrook, he's not a bad guy to put the free throw line.
That's 5 on Nick.
Is that 5? Oh, Nick Begay comes out of the game, and he has 5, and Caden Tom goes into the game. He has 4. So with 5 minutes left in the game, Holbrook, they don't have a strong post presence as a true post player, but now 1's out, and Caden Tom will have to be careful with his 4 fouls. Brandon Phelps at the line where he is 4 for 10 so far. Make that 4 for 11.
Well, every one of his free throws look totally different. I understand there are parents sitting up here watching them. And then that's when I would look at when Eric played for you, I would sit in the stands and he'd say, okay, what did you see? Well, you shot like 8 free throws and 7 of them were different.
He drives inside again. He's going to go back to the free throw line. He just missed the second one, too. He drives in, and does he take Caden Tom out of the game? Yes, Caden Tom is now out of the game.
That's 5.
So if nothing else, Brandon Phelps, he's attacking the post players, and now he has both of Holbrook's post players out of the game.
No, you see what I meant by once you get 3, I'm going to go and get 4 and 5 from you,
And he's quick. He's very athletic. Still an 8-point game, but Brandon Phelps, who is now 4 for 4, 6, 8, 10. He's 4 for 12 at the free throw line. And he's missed 8 free throws, not blaming him, by himself. He's missed 8 free throws. If he's 100% shooter, this game's tied.
Yeah, 30%.
So, and so he's going to be back to the line for 2 more as Caden Tom tried to take the charge on that one. ALA-Gilbert has 2 points in the quarter, and Holbrook hasn't yet scored in the 4th quarter.
No, they have not yet scored. They haven't scored. I think they've scored. I think
they have 2.
End of the half. At the half, it was Holbrook had 33 points. So we actually haven't even scored 10 points in the second half, which makes it look like Gilbert's doing a good job.
So Brandon Phelps, he is the main ball carrier. On number 11, he has points. He has 5, 7. He has 9 points. Number 13 has
13 hit the 3-pointer at the half.
So Phelps is back to the line for 2 more. See if he has found his shooting stroke on these 2. It's been a mystery. Deep breath, that one looks better. Comes off the side again, and he gets two shots. So he is 0 for 5 from the free throw line here in this quarter. And shaking his head, that's never a good sign.
It's 4 of 13.
Yeah, 4 for 13. On his way, he drills that one. So finally gets one to go and makes it a 7-point game. Full court or 3/4 court press being applied here by Gilbert. And there is ball nearly turned over, and now it is turned over. No, timeout taken quickly by Coach Johnson.
That was smart. That was smart.
Saved a turnover. So now it's a 7-point game. Holbrook will have the ball in the corner, which is a really tough place to inbound it.
Yeah, in the corner, and Holbrook was running a sideline break, and I remember you used to run that with my son. But you had guys like, you had Troy Goldtooth.
Yep.
I mean, you had your kid was in there. I mean, you had players where you could run a sideline break. We don't have that personnel for a sideline break.
And the sideline break, if you scout it, which these teams have played each other,
right?
It drives me crazy when we play girls teams that run it and they get away with it. Because we talk about head-time girls, after a free throw, they're running a sideline break.
Right.
And all you do to stop it is take away the half-court pass.
That's it.
Take away the pass that goes to the half-court line, that stops it.
That's it.
And then sometimes they're teenagers, they forget. Their forgetfulness is different than ours. Ours because we're old.
Ours is just because we're old, you know. We have to have a personal secretary with us all the time.
Holbrook gets it in out of the corner, way on top, picked up there. They're applying more pressure now. Extended that zone out, kind of trapped the corners. Brown drives inside, good pass to Ramos. Ramos is now the third post player. Kyle Smith, three-pointer on the way. If you're ALA-Gilbert, you'll take that shot, but you don't want the turnover, and they just turned it over on the outlet pass. Quentin Thomas with the steal. Back to Bain, 4 minutes left, still 7-point game. That was an opportunity missed by the Eagles.
And this is where Holbrook's got to be extremely patient.
Yep, Izzy Ramos
and
drives
that
in.
wasn't patient.
No, that's not the shot you wanted. Coming down 3-on-4, pass inside, layup's no good, and Holbrook with the rebound.
Well, Smith hit his head on the floor, but he bounced right back up.
He's a tough kid, one of the running backs for the football team, and a defensive back, I believe. Holbrook's going to spread the floor here, try to run some clock. Just under 4 minutes left with a 7-point lead. It goes to Ramos. Ramos nearly threw it out of bounds. Kyle saved it.
Skip.
Only 5 fouls on ALA-Gilbert, so they can be aggressive here for one more foul. Quentin Thomas drives in. He's going to come right back out the other way. Gives it out to Bain, throws it across court to Noah Brown.
Okay, now you got to make an attempt at a drive now. See how once you start getting that defense extended from the baseline, now we got to look for that baseline drive. You know, Holbrook's got to look for that. You know, realize what you're doing, why you're doing what you're doing.
So ALA-Gilbert sends number 5 into the game. He hasn't played much, a little bit. So now they have 16 fouls. So now the next foul put Holbrook on the line. And Holbrook is a pretty good free throw shooting team, traditionally. Quentin Thomas goes in the corner. Kyle Smith back to Thomas. Thomas is going to drive inside, and he will get fouled.
That was a nice scoop shot.
So Quentin will go to the free throw line, and on the night, this will be his first free throws coming up, actually. I'd be willing to bet he makes at least one. Quentin's got a pretty good shooter stroke. A lot of Holbrook's key players are juniors. They'll be back again next year.
Yeah, I counted. They have 4 seniors, and he's got to stay on his spot.
Yep.
Kids at home listening, when you shoot a free throw, don't walk backwards.
Yep.
That movement ends up on the basketball.
Now he's got to make me look good by saying he's going to make at least one. That one is up. And
See, he stayed on his spot. See, they don't realize that's called residual movement.
So 8-point game, 43-35. Gilbert have it on the left wing. Comes in on our top. 3-11. They can't be quite as patient as Holbrook can. Comes in at number 1. He's going to go back to the free throw line. No, he misses that one. Gets up and missed the putback as well.
Back out, back out, back out.
Going to spread it out. You want the ball in Brown's hands or Quentin Thomas's hands? Brown drives in. That's not a shot you want.
No. And see, that's where you start to work, trying to wear a Superman suit.
Here's a drive inside, and Brandon Phelps again misses it, but he got the putback up to go. Got to go back in, and we're back to a 6-point game, or Phelps. 6-point game with 2:35 to go. Here's a trap on the sideline, and they're going to call for a block. That'll put Noah Brown at the free throw line for a 1-and-1, where he just went 1 for 2. Missed the first one. And 2 minutes left, 6-point game. This is where free throw lines become very important. Last night when was it? Thursday night in Round Valley, we had a tough situation on my team. We were up and we missed 3 consecutive 1-and-1s with a lead. And Noah Brown just missed that one. And we ended up winning on a kind of a lucky shot at the end.
Oh, really?
So win 1 by 1 at Round Valley.
Oh. So that's a learning.
Oh, yeah. We hope so. 2:19 left, 6-point game. Eagles, Phelps drives inside, kicks to the corner. And baseline shut off there, and we got a timeout called by the Gilbert coach. It's going to be a full timeout. So with 2:11 down 6, you know they're going to run some sort of set play. And I would say normally Brandon Phelps he's going to take it to the hole because number 11, Morris, hasn't done much in this quarter. Ferguson, 11 and 13, kind of standing around watching Phelps drive.
Well, what I would do is I would start with everybody 4 corner. If I was going to give it to Phelps, I'd start with everybody 4 cornered in the key. 1 foot, 2 feet inside the key, and have him come out to the ball. And once he got the ball, turn around, and everybody in the key should be gone.
Yeah.
There should be nobody going. Then it's him, because his man's going to follow him out to the ball.
And he's going to drive.
And as everybody leaves, they're going to follow their man when they leave. And then you get to create the one-on-one situation.
And then if he gets to the line, he's got to do a better job at the line.
Right.
He struggled at the free throw line. 5. He's 5 for 14 at the free throw line.
See. So they've had plenty of opportunity to keep this thing really close and make it exciting.
Well, if he was 100%, if he could make his free throws, just he alone, they'd be up 3.
They'd be up.
But a lot of ifs, and it's tough to go 100% for the free throw line. Oh, Holbrook's last game, Noah Brown was 12 for 12 at the free throw line.
Oh, really?
At Brown Valley, yeah. So.
And that's great.
2 minutes left, 6-point game. See what they came up with out of the timeout. They're trying to post him up now in the paint because he does have a mismatch. He's open. They can't get him the ball. And they're going right inside to him. That one's up and in. So Phelps puts it up and in, down to a 4-point ball game. 4-point game with 1:54 to go. Holbrook's going to have to make some free throws and take care of the ball first. Comes into Quentin Thomas. He splits the trap with a dribble. Goes inside to Ramos.
Oh, get it out of there.
And Ramos, ball's on the ground. It'll be a jump ball. See who gets it. Possession belongs to
Holbrook. Let's see. No. I don't know.
The light looks like it's pointing Holbrook's way.
I think I can't see.
Yeah. So now Kodiak Daw is going to come in the game. See, and this is where you miss Caden Tom and Nick Begay, who can both handle the ball, but they're out with fouls. So now Kodiak Daw, who doesn't play much, he's in the ball game. Trapped in the corner is Noah Brown. He's going to throw it out to Kyle Smith. 1:35 left, 4-point game. And there's the foul. That will put Strand Bain on the line, and Strand is 2 for 2. Strand made his first 2 free throws way back in the first quarter. So 1-and-1. This will be the final 1-and-1 time. After this, they'll all be 2. So 1-and-1 attempt for Strand Bain, a junior. That one is no good.
Didn't make it.
ALA-Gilbert, chance to make this a 2-point game with 1.5 left to go. Down 4. Right wing goes inside the felt for Jacobs. That's going to go up and in. They wouldn't have fouled there, but now we have a 2-point ball game. 1:15 left to go, 43-41. Holbrook on top by 1. Going to trap Brown. Goes to Kyle Smith. He drives in. Quentin Thomas. They're going to have to foul here at some point. Oh, no, they aren't. Quentin Thomas with a double dribble. So now they've hung around the whole game, and now they have a chance to tie this game. 1:04 left. It's 43-41. Holbrook with some mistakes and some missed free throws. And ALA-Gilbert with a chance to tie it up. 1 minute, clock goes under a minute here. They're looking to go to Phelps inside. There he is. He's going to go up. Fouls on the ground. That'll put him at the free throw line. And if you're Holbrook, that's not a bad guy to put the free throw line.
No.
He's 5 for 14 at the free throw line. He needs both to tie the game. And he hasn't made 2 in a row in this game.
If I was Coach Johnson, he makes his first one, I call a timeout.
If he has any left. Yeah, he has 2 left. This one is up, and he got it. It was flat, but it was in. 1-point game. Now,
Jerry, I call a timeout. Make him, let it get on his mind. He might not even be thinking about it now, but the longer it goes before the event, he's thinking about it.
Second one up, missed it. Comes off, and we got a foul over the top. Noah Brown with a
Two
good
shot.
job of blocking out. So now Noah Brown goes to the free throw line, and Noah just missed his last free throw attempt. 1 point game. 1 point game, and at the free throw line, Noah Brown has a chance to make it a 3 point game, but a 3 point game with 52 seconds left is still anybody's game. Asa Ramos is coming back in for defense. They're going to put him in there to guard. The ball's going to go back into Phelps, so you can almost guarantee that.
Yeah.
Well, Holbrook's not watching. They have a guy in the corner down here.
Yeah, no, they're not paying attention.
First free throw is up. Good. That one looked pretty smooth for Noah. That makes it a 2 point game.
They don't see him down there. They don't see him in the corner.
Nope. And ALA-Gilbert, no, now Delmar sees him, sends him back there.
Somebody got to count the floor.
So Noah Brown can make it a 3 point game, and he does. Free throws are big. I tell my girls all the time, they win games and they lose games.
They do.
50 seconds left, 3 point game. Phelps is going to drive to the bucket. You can pretty much guarantee it. There he goes in, traveled, got away with it. Kick to the corner. Here's another drive into the paint. Floats in, up and in. Back to a 2 point game. 13 makes it. Or back to a 1 point game, I'm sorry. 45-44, 30 seconds left. Quentin Thomas kicks to the corner. You don't want to shoot that. He thought about it. Noah Brown has it, 25 seconds left.
There's no need to get a shot.
They foul Noah Brown, who just went 2 for 2, and on the night, Noah is 6 for 9 at the free throw line. He's made his last 5 in a row. That's, if you're Holbrook, that's the guy you want up there shooting 2.
Yeah, and everybody else should be off the line and ready to pick up their men.
Yep. He makes one. It's a 2 point game. Makes them both. ALA-Gilbert, 24 seconds. They don't have to drive for. They don't have to go for 3. Number 1, I would think, would drive right towards the bucket. First one is no good though. Noah Brown. That changes things. That changes things strategy-wise, because now any shot you'll take.
3 point shot will win it.
3-pointer beats you, exactly. Second one is up, and that one's good. 2 point game, 46-44, 20 seconds left in the game. ALA-Gilbert, 2-pointer ties it, 3-pointer puts them up 1. They're driving to the basket, kick to the corner, baseline drive, up, and missed the layup. Phelps, who's missed some free throws tonight, missed the layup. That might do it. He drove baseline, just came up, got rim checked on the layup. And now Holbrook will back the free throw line. Who's going to shoot it? It is.
I think it's going to be Smith.
Kyle Smith shoots the free throws. He has not scored. 10 seconds left. Kyle has 2 free throws coming. Has not scored in this game.
Hey, you can go from being a non-scoring player in this game to being a hero. All you got to do is sink 2 free throws.
He's got to make them 2, because one of them still 3-point game.
Yeah.
And 13, one of ALA-Gilbert's players, we believe, is fouled out. So 5 checks in for him. 5 has not scored. You make him 2 this game's problem. You make 2 this game's probably over. You only make 1. It's anybody's game still.
Yeah.
So Kyle Smith, he's a junior. Steps to the line for 2 free throws. First one is short, but it rolled in. He let it go kind of shorthanded, but he got it to go. So that's a 3-point game.
Yeah, he did.
This one's a lot more, well, they're all important. This one changes or gives you some cushion.
Yeah.
Second one is going to come long, and the ball belongs to ALA-Gilbert. Almost stolen away by Holbrook, and there he is. Quentin was just waiting on that.
That's game right there.
Yep, that's the ball game. There's the foul. Quentin Thomas was sitting back, waiting on the outlet. They knew right where they were going with it, and that's the 3rd time this game he's done it. So Quentin Thomas's steal will seal it along with Noah Brown. He's got to make 1, and it's over. 3.8 seconds left. If Noah Brown makes one of these, then you just let him go shoot, because they have no timeouts.
They have no timeouts.
Give him a layup. They give him an open 3.
Yeah.
The
You
game's
make
over.
one of these, and you don't have to play defense.
Yep. You just go over and stand by your coach and let him shoot, and the ball, the clock runs out. And that'll do it.
That's it.
Noah Brown makes that one.
That's it.
This next one doesn't matter, 3.8. There are no 4-point plays as long as you don't foul him on it.
As long as you don't foul. We need this one definitely.
Yeah. Second one is up, and it is good. 49-44, 3 seconds left. I wouldn't even guard him. Why you even guard him?
I wouldn't either.
He's going to shoot it, and nearly made it. Good effort there. So that's it. Holbrook wins the game 49-44. Good effort by ALA-Gilbert North, especially with their main player, we think, in foul trouble and pretty much out of the game for the majority of it.
This is a good PowerPoint win for them.
Because ALA-Gilbert North, they're going to win a lot of games in their region.
Right.
Very good team. And yeah, this will help program PowerPoints. Holbrook remains undefeated. I think they're just like the girls now. They're now 5-0. They'll start climbing the rankings. And the rankings, don't worry about them right now because they'll level out.
No, yeah.
Holbrook keeps winning games, which I think they will. There's actually 9 undefeated teams in the boys in 3A. There's only 1 in girls. And we happen to know that team right now, but we got a long ways to go. But there's 9 unbeatens in the
I had
the boys
a great
side,
time.
so.
I can't wait to do this even more often, man. I'm going to go home and listen to our old set, Greg.
Our old stuff's crazy. But
old stuff, yeah. Well, back when we had help, we had radios and you had commercials, and you had to get those in and so everything.
Exactly, yeah. So, well, it was fun, Don. I appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed it at home. And,
I did.
We will be back here at home on Wednesday if everything stays as scheduled with Chinley. Bigger crowd, bigger game, and we'll be back here then.
All right.
All right. Thanks, Don.
Great
Thanks,
job.
people listening.
Right.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Travel safe, everybody.